And we should be live, hopefully. Hey, Reaper. Hopefully my mic isn't doing the thing. How goes it? I'm alive. I'm alive. I didn't stream last day off just because I was in a funk and it just wasn't a good idea. But I'm alive and I'm here and we're going to enjoy some true crime. Or I shouldn't say enjoy true crime. We're going to look at some true crime and we're going to... Oh no, what happened? What happened? And I'm going to eat food. The first actual meal I've had today for reasons. Okay, so I hope you're doing good other than the bad news. Let me make sure my boy's up. Yeah, skeleton be working. Hell yeah. No, all the things should be working. There you go. Yeah, I have to test it. Oh, maybe not. Oh no. Huh. Weird. I don't know why that's not working. Let's see. The creator of the YouTube series uses the YouTube channel to talk shit people, and the 8th episode warning it might get graphic. I'm so confused. I'm so fucking confused. I don't know why that didn't work. You try soda. Okay, I have no idea. It looks like tits isn't working. I'm not even going to freaking fuss about it. Ooh, what the fuck? That's not good. That's not great. That's very not good. It's non-consensual. Oh. I've talked about this before on the channel, but like I feel like they're pretty reasonable turnoffs, and there's like obviously underage people is a big like that's no, you don't do that. Fucking incest shit is a big no. Animals is a straight no from me, dog. And anything non-consensual, because for me it's like no, it's not okay. How are you doing, Sar? I hope I sound normal. I hope I don't sound scuffed. There is a AC on behind me. The mic shouldn't pick it up too bad. Honestly, it should be quieter than the last few streams, because the last few streams we had a box fan in the window behind me to keep the room cool because it's getting kind of warm. Hell yeah. We've reached that time of year where today it was in the 90s. It was in freedom units. It was very hot. I was glad to be inside. Now, I've mentioned that my work warned me ahead of time, or I guess not my work, but like one of my managers warned me ahead of time that there was going to be an audit for the money area. I work front end in a store. Specifically, my actual title is customer service, but being customer service means I also work in another area that handles strictly mostly money situations, that being paying bills, sending money, receiving money, and then doing up cashier's checks / money orders for people. So dealing with large amounts of money, filling out a lot of info fields, taking in information, that kind of thing. And I knew going in that there would be audits and stuff because that is normal. It's just to make sure that everything's being done correctly. If anything's changed, it's to let you know, that kind of thing. But I've never been a part of an audit before, so I was a little freaked out, and anxiety was kind of killing me a little bit today. It was chill as hell, honestly. Yeah, I'm hoping that any future audits are almost as chill as this one was, because I came into it anxiety very high. I'm not good in social situations. Y'all know I have a little bit of that tism, and it's not great when I have to deal with people. The fact that I've worked retail 5 years blows my own brains. And yeah, it went pretty good. I ended up having to do that. It was a 2-hour thing. It was me, a coworker, one of my direct managers, and then the manager above that manager that basically manages the entire front end of the store. And it was pretty nice. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of boring because I had to pretend to be normal and sit in a chair and not move around too much and make eye contact, which I can do that in short spurts of time, but god damn it, 2 hours kind of had me testing things, bro. And then I went straight from that to my meal break because that took place when my meal break was supposed to take place. So I had my meal break like 2.5 hours late today. It worked out that when I came back from my meal break, I only had 2 hours left on the clock, which is awesome. I went to that money area. I got cursed out by a few people because they changed the computer system on everyone working in that area about half a week ago. And now it's required when you're doing anything in that area of the store. We need a valid phone number and a valid form of ID. And a lot of people do not want to provide those things or get very upset because it wasn't asked of them before. So, yeah, someone called me a stupid bitch. I'm like, it's not really a complete day unless someone calls me a stupid bitch or a stupid whore, huh? It's been surprisingly cold the last couple days in Freedom units. What? Ooh, humidity sucks, though. It's been pretty humid on here, too, which doesn't help when it's really hot. It feels like the air is foggy on top of it being very, very, very hot. I heard the controversies on TikTok. So I checked out an archive YouTube channel and I looked at the 8th episode. The scene was 8 minutes long. Ooh, that's not good. I also got my new chair. I know I've mentioned in the last, streams over the last couple of months that I've been using a makeshift stool as my seat. Because the last 2 gaming chairs that I got, I made the mistake of letting Endo essentially use them, and the man destroys chairs, so... I made a promise to myself he is not going to get to sit in this chair. I don't care how bad I feel about his back. He can pull up a chair from somewhere else in the house. This is my chair for my desk. And it's one of those slightly wider chairs. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be because I was hoping I'd be able to comfortably sit cross-legged, and I can't really. But it's a wider chair, no arms, so I can still fidget and stuff. It swivels, but it doesn't have any wheels at the bottom because I've noticed that I tend to break chairs that have wheels. And it's got a pretty decent sized back, so I can, like, lean back and it's okay. So I finally have a back when I game and stuff, because for the last, I want to say, 4, 5, 6 months, I've had a stool that have mostly been either a stool or a hard wooden dining room chair that I've been gaming on because I didn't really have any other options. Great news, I'm started a Hollow Knight playthrough. Very nice. I think I've attempted to play Hollow Knight at one point or another. Not on stream. I think that was a for me thing, and I ended up giving up for reasons I don't even remember. I like the art of the game, if I remember correctly. Like, that was bussin'. I had overtime last week, which was nice, but it meant that I had a lot less free time and I was a lot more tired. So this check was looking okay. Look a little better than okay, but it still feels like I have nothing in the bank. I'm slowly trying to build up what I had, because I had VR money in the bank, dogs, and then I had to spend it all on a hot water heater for the household so I could take warm showers. Like, I'm trying to slowly build that back up. We have options for true crime. I wasn't sure which one I'd start with first. We have, let's see. I'd rather let them bleed, so let me... Oh, also, shout out to Jade. I don't know if Jade is watching or is lurking or anything, but in the last, I want to say fucking 10 hours, the Discord has been flooded with some clips. I still haven't worked up the nerve to actually look at some of them, but Jade has been rewatching a lot of the more recent VODs of the streams and just fucking going ham with the clips, and I love that. There's a channel in the Discord just for clips because I do find it funny. That's a thing you can do on Twitch. But I cringe because I know I say some cringe ass shit, and I know out of context a lot of what I say probably sounds fucked up. Apologies if I randomly disappear. Nah, you good. No one has to apologize. I'm probably gonna be here for a couple hours. Hey Hypnotic, how you doing? Probably gonna be here a couple hours and then I'm peacing out. A short true crime stream. Nothing too crazy, nothing too intense. Just to kind of cap my day off because I'm feeling a lot better. Weight off my shoulders. The audit was awesome. Well, it was okay. It could have been better, but it was okay. It was what I expected. And yeah. I just have to get through tomorrow and I have the next day off, so that's cool. I think part of what made me, which this is probably fucked up to say, part of what made me kind of happy is the audit / whatever you want to call it kind of vindicated what I was thinking, because there was some information shared, and I'm not going to get into details because obviously it's no one's business, but a specific coworker that I've been pretty sure isn't doing her job correctly, it's basically confirmed that she has not been doing her job correctly. Like, she's barely been doing A, B, and C when it comes to stuff behind the counter when she's doing her work, and yeah. I had to fix 2 of her transactions the other day, and I was just like, what the fuck? And it was basic shit. It was basic information. Why did you get your... Huh? Are you okay, Hypnotic? Are you alright? This doesn't sound positive. Okay, so we have choices, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is we'll start with road. So we'll start with road rage. Specifically cop body cam. It's cop loses it during road rage incident. I love seeing cops lose their minds, you know? It's funny. And then I have a couple other videos we could check out. I don't remember the lengths of a lot of these, so... I just have random saved true crime stuff on my PC. Nice. I know that meme. I get the reference. Oh my god. Don't you do it. Yeah, this video is only 19 minutes, but I feel like it's a good intro into true crime. And it's body cams. I find body cam footage kind of fascinating just because you kind of get to see it from a different perspective. That title kind of sounds like those old clickbait videos. Every video is clickbait, dog. Every video is fucking clickbait. Alright. Goodbye, music that VOD watchers can't listen to. We'll do this. Oh no, it's me again. Oh no, double me. Too much for the world to handle. I haven't seen a Claire's in years. Are they still? Yeah, they are still in business. I only know this because when my family does randomly go to the mall, including me just going to the mall, I usually take Moon along because Moon loves going to the mall, and Claire's one of the stores that they like going into because they randomly have like more punk type style stuff. And yeah, they do exist. They're a little different than what I remember when I was younger, but they definitely do exist. Let me turn up the desktop audio so you guys can hear it. You guys gotta tell me if it's too loud or too quiet. So this is cop loses it during road rage incident.
He got all enraged, came up, said, "Who the f*** you talking to?" Bam! Right in my face. Colors changed.
Doggo. Doggo! I'm having vegan, of course vegan, because I'm having a chicken
An ordinary
Caesar
commute
type
turns
salad,
violent for
and
one
then I also
Connecticut
have
man
garlic.
when he encounters an off-duty police
have, like,
officer at a red light. Is this
toasted
civilian
garlic
up
bread to
against
go with it.
impossible odds when reporting the road rage of one cop to another?
And
Two
water.
men are locked in a war of competing stories filled with shocking twists, and no one anticipates that the ultimate truth will come in the form of a car's dash cam.
Because I yelled at him and stuff?
For assault, because you hit him.
He's saying that I hit him.
Yes.
Let me get your badge number.
Oh shit.
You want to get arrested?
Shortly after noon on December 8th, 2023, a man calls 911 with a bizarre story of sudden violence on the streets of Rocky Hill, Connecticut.
Rocky Hill 911, yeah, just an emergency.
I was just assaulted by a police officer.
Oh, he had a dash
Straight in
cam
the
though.
face
That's
through my window.
actually
He was
really
off,
smart.
dude.
More people? Punk stuff. I remember being... Yeah, it's really weird. If you go into it now, it has, like, a bunch of... There's still a bunch of, like, really girly stuff and, like, kawaii stuff. But there's also just random stuff that give, like, punk/goth vibes. You know, like, emo cat ear type situation or, like, black lace, sort of situations. Where it doesn't scream just super girly style. It also gives that, like, edge of, like, goth or... It would be good. They're good, like, accessory pieces for those types of outfits. Bro wants to tussle with a man with a dog in his car. Yeah, that's stupid as hell. More people need to get dash cams, though. Like, for their cars. A surprising amount of people don't. They're really inexpensive to get. It's just smart to have, because people are stupid, man. People are dumb.
He got out, flashed his badge, and then he came up to me with an attitude and hit me right in the face.
What is your name?
Thomas Procuglio,
And was he
Oh,
white,
yeah.
black, Hispanic?
white.
All right, I'm going to have an officer head over there.
How about
Is
as a
his
question,
vehicle
white?
still there?
He flew into the parking lot. I wasn't trying to follow him, but I didn't see where in the parking lot he went.
Okay, I'm going to have somebody come out and speak to you, okay? Just
Yeah, but it
stay
looks
in the
like he
vehicle.
got
If you
his
do see
license
him
plate
again,
'cause it was
just call
blurred
us back
out on the
911,
actual
but
dash
don't,
cam.
engage with him, okay?
Yep, no problem.
With police on their way,
That man looks broken. That man looks broken, bro. I mean, he got assaulted, so that's fair, but, like...
Procuglio calls a colleague about
Who's
the
dumb
assault,
enough? I don't get
adding in
that.
a few new details
Especially as a
about
cop.
the violent
You're a person,
encounter.
you're
As you'll
you're in,
hear in
like,
the
a
following clip, the call
you're
is
in
caught on
a
his dash cam, which
job where
also
you have
shows
X
his
amount of
canine
power.
passenger.
Wouldn't you be scared that you
Well,
would, like, I don't know. Maybe that's why I wouldn't be a good cop.
Okay.
Because I'd be scared about, like, overreaching. You don't fucking do that. That's not okay.
He jumps out of cars, flashing his badge, saying he's an off-duty cop. He comes up, saying this, that, takes the license plate, then goes to get back in his car, and then like rages out, comes over, punches me in my face, and now I'm waiting for the cops to come.
Jesus Christ.
Well, she's great and all, but holy shit, are they expensive and they don't have a lot of clothing stuff, mostly just fandom stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Alright?
I like going to Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Alright. Let me know what happens.
And I really
Rocky
also
Hill
like.
police meet
what was the fucking
Brocuglio
name
at a
of it?
nearby
I
shopping
need to like
center
actually
and
look
get
up
the
the
full
stores that I go to
story
in the
of
mall.
the
'Cause there's a few that I go
altercation.
to that I
Did you
like.
say that the other vehicle pulled in here?
Spencer's is a good one. And then what's the
Turned
name
around.
of it? Oh, the fucking. There's a store in the U.S. that's just pop culture stuff. Oh, I always forget the name of it. Oh, that's gonna bug me for the rest of the evening. Man, how do I not remember the name of it? It's like my favorite place because it has like international foodstuffs and it also has a bunch of fandom stuff. It's just a vibe. Man, I forget the fucking name of it. Oh, was it FYE? I think it's FYE, For Your Entertainment. I could be wrong, let me check. Yeah, I think it's FYE. They're in like every fucking mall nearby, and oh my god, I could spend way too much money there because they literally have like a shit ton of geek themed or like international random foods and snacks that are really fun. And then they also have just like a ton of random like albums, music, collectibles, toys, random fashion items. It's I could spend way too much. I could spend way too much there. But there,
All the things he just
Spencer's
pulled in,
and
turned
Hot
around,
Topic are
pulled
like the
back
three
out
places
again.
I go
Doesn't
to in the
believe
mall.
he's selling these a lot.
Because a lot of the malls that are near where I live do not have like a game store, unfortunately, which is kind of ass.
We were at that light down there past Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
miss when they used to, because that would be like the first place I'd go to.
I was coming out, turning to go this way, to go down here. Right?
So you're on France Street, like Cumberland was on your right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, he was in front of me.
You said you were in the right-hand lane?
Correct.
Okay.
Turning, he was in the right-hand lane in front of me, turning at the red light. He was doing whatever he was doing. I just gave him a little horn tap, tell him to go, because there was...
Because it was green.
It was a red
Oh,
light.
red light, but right on red.
Nobody's coming. So then he decided to jump out, flash his badge, come back, take the picture of my plate, and then he came back up, said, I'll see you with the court.
A 2K exclusive, and it's my favorite ever. I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, so it's already extra that the cop is even getting pissed off and like up in his feelings and getting up and like getting out of the car and taking a picture of the other person's license plate. I feel like that's just extra. That is so fucking extra. Like that's.
Or see you with
But
the
then to
ticket,
escalate it
blah,
like
blah,
that,
blah.
man.
Start walking to his
You're
car,
stupid.
asking for his badge number since he wanted to flash his badge number to me. He got all enraged, came up, said, "Who the f*** you talking to?" Bang!
Oh my god.
Right in my face.
It should be noted that Brocuglio's story has stayed remarkably consistent through 3 separate retellings. The officer tries to uncover the identity of this off-duty cop.
Were you able to see the badge, like with the pyramid or anything, or was it silver, gold? You know about what time this was? Like right before you called it?
Yeah, 5 seconds before I called him.
Is he gonna bring up the license plate of the other car? Because that would be a pretty direct fucking link.
What's the name that came back on the call?
Comes back to an Alan Ganter.
With the new
Oh, there you
information
go.
in hand, the responding officer heads back to his unit to make a call.
Hey, is that any name you know?
Yeah, that looks like he might
And
be,
like part of me has to question it because
Police
if that's how
trace
you
the name
behave
back
off
to a
duty,
school
then how
resource
do you
officer,
behave when
and
you're
it's
on
not
duty?
long before they uncover more about his identity.
Matt just did a search.
Like
I'll
I
see
just
what town he's from. The name definitely matches Alan Ganter.
You want me to get a written statement from this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna give Todd a call and see what he just sent me the list of the SROs. I don't know what he is for though.
You got the picture I sent?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that match? I didn't check like a DMV photo.
I'm rolling up to you right now.
All right. You have
oh shit.
just grab your license. And I left my phone. I'm gonna grab a photo and then grab a written statement from you.
As the police gather evidence from the accuser, another piece of vital information comes out about the alleged assailant.
The name that he found is out of Meredith. Obviously, it's verifying, but Officer
Alan
Ganter.
Do this here or bring him to the station?
Whatever you
Oh shit.
I didn't know if just you wanted everything recorded,
Nah, you get your body
Yes,
cam,
good
so
enough.
yeah, if you're comfortable doing it here, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll go do some research on this and see if it's the same guy.
I do like that they're actually coordinating
Police
because it
dig for
involves
more
someone who is
information
a
on the
cop.
suspect, while Bercuglio makes it clear
Because you get
that
a
he's
ton
not
of
taking the
instances where they
incident
do not, they
lightly.
purposefully
I should
forget
have
to
asked
turn on
ahead of time. I'm
cameras and
assuming
do
you want
things
to pursue
because,
charges.
it's just a cop.
Okay.
It's
Be sure
one,
to
it's one of the
include, too, that
boys.
when you got
It's
hit,
like,
if
yeah,
it
that's
caused
not
you any
okay.
pain or anything like that.
Yeah, colors changed. I'm surprised I got another concussion.
With Bercuglio's statement
Damn.
in hand, the
Man got hit so hard, his colors changed. I have never had that happen. I hope to never have that happen. What the fuck?
officer decides to grab one more piece
What
of
the
evidence.
hell?
Hey, you sure you're okay? Just want to take a look, make sure it didn't
Man got hit so fucking
take another
hard.
picture. See if it got a little red or
Colors changed, bro.
it's like you wake up tomorrow or later tonight, it's all black and blue and everything. Feel free to take a picture. And like I said, my email's on the card. You can send that to me.
All right, appreciate it.
Before leaving, an ominous possibility occurs to the cop taking Bercuglio's statement.
Does this come back to your address?
What?
Business.
Okay.
Total protection.
Where is that?
Enfield.
But it's not your home.
No.
The plate I gave you for the complainant, has it been run recently, like since the incident?
The responding officer is concerned that Ganter has used police resources to track down his accuser. Since all they know about him thus far is that he's allegedly violent, this could have serious implications for Bercuglio's safety. Interestingly, when they meet up with Alan Ganter at his residence, they find that the license plate is on his mind as well.
All right. I'm debating whether to say how you doing, because I'm here.
Well, I understand why.
Keep
Alan
answering.
Ganter, Meriden PD.
Keep answering.
When they pulled up, I said, because what I was going to do was, I'm off today for the weekend.
Yeah.
And basically what I was going to do was I was going to ask my supervisor to call my lieutenant and say, this is what happened. I have the plate. Do I have you guys run it, or do I call Rocky Hill and say, this is what happened, have them run it and speak to the guy's supervisor? I got out of the car,
Yeah.
whatever you want, I'll give you a sworn written statement, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I took this photo.
Why don't I grab some forms and
Yeah.
you can write it out for me.
Yeah, whatever
All
it
right.
is. So.
Ganter, who was awarded the rank of corporal the year prior, seems confident
Bruh.
that it's all a big misunderstanding. However, it quickly becomes clear that he is the one misunderstanding the situation.
Is he
Oh,
pressing
shit.
charges against me, like for breach?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I yelled at him and
Well,
stuff?
for assault, because you hit him.
He's saying that I hit him.
Yeah.
Ganter is stunned to hear this, but what he doesn't know is that Thomas Bercuglio's statement came with an added surprise.
Oh
He
shit.
was alone?
He was alone. I got a dash cam too, so it's.
Hey!
Are you able to pull up your
Hey!
dash cam? I mean, I just had- if
It's
you-
got an SD card, so not right.
I love it when motherfuckers get caught in their actions. I'm sorry, it makes me so happy. Because unfortunately, it's really just a probable situation that this motherfucker has done this before. Someone doesn't just get that comfortable and just do it once. You know what I mean? Like usually you work your way up to assaulting a random civilian.
Now my computer is.
but you'd be able to give me the SD card?
This changes things, a fact Ganter seems to grasp almost immediately.
He's saying that I hit him.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And he has
the
video
consequences of your
He has video.
motherfucking
You
actions,
still want to give me a
dog.
statement?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to cooperate any manner I can. Listen, been doing this job for almost 25
Are you, though?
years. Okay.
Are you though?
But I probably should have to call my supervisor, my union delegate, whatever it is.
You want to give him a
What is he?
call?
So he's saying that I hit him.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has a red mark on his face. This side.
Yeah, he knows
And
he's
there's
fucked.
nothing
That is the face and response of someone who knows that he's fucked. He's been caught.
And
Like,
for-
that's
for
just-
breach of peace for him yelling. I mean, whatever it is, or it's
What the
just,
fuck?
I
I can tell you, I've seen the video, so
Yeah.
I know
Aw,
he
shit.
didn't yell at you.
Ha ha!
Well,
I can hear him
is this-
tooting his horn. It's
Okay.
front and back. The
Okay.
video.
Did you show him doing the double finger when I
He-
said, "Listen,
yeah,
I'm an officer. I
he
can't."
gave-
That isn't. Man is trying to justify assaulting a person, punching someone in the face, hitting someone in the face, because the person flipped him off. What? Huh?
Turn on
He gave you
red.
the finger.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
You want to call?
And what
Yeah,
universe
you're
does
probably-
that
so
justify
you're gonna-
actual
what, charge
assault?
me with?
Well, right now it looks like assault.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else.
So what I'm saying is,
I don't know if I'm charging you with anything right now, but I'm here to get your side of the story.
okay.
Guys,
Oh,
this
you're saying you
garlic
just
bread
got
is
warned?
so
You're not gonna-
fucking
I
good.
don't know. I got to
Okay.
call my boss after I talk to you.
Okay.
So
All right. I'm gonna do everything to cooperate here. It's very frustrating, but let me.
Ganter now realizes that the officer hasn't only watched the dashcam footage already, but that the video is even more comprehensive than he thought.
And there is an interior camera. I don't. This is my father's van.
Okay.
So there might be both sides of the video, forward facing and in
Okay.
the cab.
Procuglio's dash cam footage shows everything leading up to the incident, as well as the altercation itself. Whether or not there's enough blame to go around will be for police to decide. The footage
I'm sorry, but there's no reason or next to no reason in my mind to justify assault on another person. And the same goes if it was just 2 civilians, or if it was 2 cops, or 2, I don't care. Like, there's very little to me that justifies someone getting to the point of actual assault. That's what pisses me off. The officer, not only is an officer, but as a fucking adult, should know that you do not put your hands on another person just because you're angry at them. That's something you learn when you're in kindergarten. Like, this is what pisses me off about humans in general.
that follows
It's like, bro,
is the full video captured that day.
the fuck? You're an adult. Walk away. Picking his nose. I saw that.
What are you doing? Wait all day.
Oh, the dog is just chilling. See, it caught that he flipped him off, but that is not a response to getting flipped off. It just isn't. Oh, that quick flash of the badge.
Really? Where does it say that? It says stop here on red. You're the one sitting on your phone doing other things.
on my phone.
Really?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, I saw you looking
it wasn't
down
on
doing
my phone.
everything else.
There's a bit of irony in the fact that the
Yeah, that
dash
is
cam
kind of
footage
funny
does
because
show that
you were on
Procuglio
your
was
phone,
in
which is
fact
not
on
good.
his
But if you have to weigh someone being on their phone in this short footage, because we don't know how long he was on the phone, devil's advocate here, and fucking someone actually assaulting another person, I'm sorry, I'm gonna weigh the assault as a heftier charge, like a more important situation. Yes, you should never be texting and driving. Do not drive distracted. It's the dumbest thing ever. But at the same time, don't fucking punch someone because you're angry at them.
phone. But as the footage also
It's so
captures,
stupid.
this is the moment everything goes wrong.
No, I was moving something in my bag.
Okay, well,
And I'll see you with a ticket and I'll call your supervisor.
sure, sounds good. Let me get your badge number.
Ooh, he clocks him. He fucking clocks him.
You're
And the
gonna get
dog.
arrested for assault on a civilian.
The dash cam footage speaks
The
for itself.
fucking
but
dog,
Ganter
that is the
hasn't seen
best
it
dog
yet.
right
he
there.
believes there may still be room to push a different narrative.
Okay, did you show him doing the double finger when I said, listen, I'm an
Does
officer,
it
you can't turn
fucking
on red?
matter that you...
Yeah.
I hate that. You can flip off officers. I'm sorry. You can say bad words to officers. It might hurt their ego, but you totally can, man. Like, but did you see? He made me sad, so I thought I could just punch him. Like, huh?
Yeah, he was just being such a... I showed him my badge. I'm like, I can't turn on red here. There's traffic. He said, well, get off your phone. I'm like, I'm not on my phone.
Not exactly the order of how it happened, but sure.
I'm wrong for what I did, sir. Okay?
Yeah.
My question is this, though. Because he's yelling at me and I actually show my badge, he's giving me the double finger.
Who can...
I know
Bro!
it's trivial, but does he get hit with, like, breach or whatever it is, or nothing, or it's all on me because I got out of the car to take a picture of his plate, and then
I'm assuming breach is breach of peace, is what he's referencing? Because that's the only charge I've ever heard that has breach in it, is breach of peace. And that doesn't usually, I think, apply on one-on-one situations like that. I think it has to be more of a public event and or, like, get to the point of assault on that person's end. The act of just flipping off an officer does not, no, that's
Do what I
just
did.
not how that
Yeah.
works.
No.
I understand.
Yeah. To be determined.
Okay.
While the
Yeah.
law in Connecticut prohibits the use of abusive or obscene language or gestures in
Ah.
public places as a breach of peace, giving someone the finger is considered protected speech under the
Hey!
Constitution. Therefore, although the statute exists, it cannot legally criminalize this action. Because of this, arresting or ticketing the driver based on him flipping off the officer would have been a violation of the driver's constitutional rights, and Officer Ganter is out of line for attempting such a tactic. However, it is important to note that making threats in addition to such gestures alters the situation, as threats
because
are
that's a
not
threat, that's
protected
different.
speech. Without giving Ganter
There's a difference between voicing your opinion, even if it's negative, and like things like hate speech and threats. Those are 3 totally different situations. You can say fuck that guy in particular, but you can't say I'm gonna fuck that guy up, or I have people who will fuck that guy up, or, you know, any like slurs or anything will make it racial. But like, there's differences there.
much hope of countercharges, the responding officer calls his sergeant to let him know how things are going with the suspect.
He says he's going to cooperate, but he's calling either his lieutenant or his union delegate, and he's saying, he says, like, if the guy says I hit him, I'm like, yeah, and you did. I let him know. So he said something about, like, he wants to, like, maybe do a breach against the other guy for throwing the bird.
Ganter's desire to see Bercuglio charged may be a long shot, but he has another reason why police might want to go easy on him.
Just ask you, sir, one-on-one, because like I said, I'm going to fully cooperate whatever it is, and I threw, but it wasn't a hard punch, so it's like, I know you may have a mark, whatever it is, but
Bro,
it's going to be a breach or assault.
I fucking hate that as well. Being like, well, I only just barely touched it. That's still assault. You have no business touching another person without consent. Like, again, it's something you learn in fucking kindergarten, dog. Like, you just don't do that.
Third, or because I know there's a difference when you have severe injury to when you have breach, when people are just fighting, whatever it is. Just between you and I, like I said, it's, he's being, whatever it is, my fault for not having self-control, because he's doing the double finger, whatever it is. I'm like, I wasn't on my phone, but my thing is the punch wasn't that hard, because I understand, like, we do this stuff all the time. So that's my question, is it just going to be a simple breach, or is it going to be assault third? Because I have nothing on my hands. This is all dry from, whatever it is. So
the officer doesn't give Ganter any hints
I
as
love
to the
that he
official
keeps-
charge, but he does
I
photograph
love that
his
he
hands
keeps
as
bringing
evidence.
up, because I got flipped off. Because, again, like, that fucking helps your situation, dog.
for dry from,
If anything, for me, that highlights a lack of control, which is scary coming from a cop or someone in a position of power that has access to weapons and other things. You're showing that in the very basic sense of someone making you angry. Not touching you, not threatening you, not just making you angry, that you will assault them. You will put your hands on them. Like, that is some bullshit. I'm
Having
sorry.
collected the photos, the officer turns his attention to another important matter.
Well, you said it's in your truck, your firearm?
it is off duty, and it's in its holster,
Yeah.
and it's in a duffel bag. That
I
you
got
saw
cucumbers on
there's a
top of
blue
my
dome
salad,
bag
so
on
I'm
the
just
bottom.
munching on
And
the
did you
cucumbers.
have that with you when this happened?
It's
all my stuff
delicious.
was in the truck, but I didn't touch that all.
Okay, no, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No.
The officer lets his sergeant know that Ganter's cooperation will only extend so far.
Just so you know, he talked to his union rep, and he's not going to give a statement at this time. I mean, do you plan on...
I'm going to talk to the I'm just going based on union advice. I've never been to this before.
But I'm saying, are you going to, like, talk to your union guy more and then possibly,
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I have to call my captain and everybody and let them all know what's going on. But at the same time, it's like, I'm the reason I can't cooperate. I'm just telling you right now based from what...
This is one of those cases where I know that it probably doesn't happen. But I really wish that people got shamed for their bad actions. And it seems like in a lot of cop situations that doesn't happen. But I really feel like you should get shamed for that. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You're an idiot.
They just said at this point, before I meet with a union lawyer, not to put anything in writing.
Okay.
No disrespect to you, sir.
No, I
know
got you.
your job,
I got
so
you. I understand.
I apologize for
So to keep it out for that 27th flight.
Ganter seems to remain in a good mood, which can only improve when he speaks to the Rocky Hill sergeant, who tells him that he won't be immediately arrested. Ganter responds by again downplaying the incident.
So what we're going to do, we're actually going to get this by warrant. This gives us time for you to talk to the press.
Okay.
Based on what guidance you get from them, if you're allowed to come and give a statement, we can set that. And that way we give you the most respectful process possible. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, sir, and I'm also apologize for wasting your time because I'm sorry, sir. Mike, just one question for you is I know you have to do everything by the thing, but here's my concern is that I'm wrong for what I did, but because we deal with this all stuff on my, Meriden, it wasn't that hard of a punch, so my whole thing is I just need to know what I need to tell him. Like,
I fucking hate that. I'm so sorry. I hate downplaying actual assault. I hate the whole, it wasn't that hard of a punch. Man, shut the fuck, it was a punch! The fact that it was anything is bad.
my supervisor's like, is this going to be like a simple breach for me throwing that, or is this guy trying to claim like whatever with assault third or whatever it was? Because I understand it may be a slight mark, whatever it is, but it wasn't a hard punch. You know what I'm saying? So the charges, I'm just saying because...
Sergeant Smith assures Ganter that the process will address those concerns, which leads Ganter to once again test out his second tactic.
And one of the too, sir, not to interrupt, but when I was asking your officer here, is that obviously I'm at fault what I did getting out of the car, but there's nothing in terms of me giving you a statement. If I was to give a statement like towards him, what he said to me with the double finger, and after I showed the bag, and doesn't call supervisor. There's nothing in terms of him in breach if he reported everything inside his cabin. Because he was very disrespectful and swearing back at me and stuff, I think.
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I was all that, you know, we can't bring prosecutions in that sense, you know what I mean?
I wish I could
Understood.
make out
Okay.
everything
Sorry,
that he
waste
was
your time,
saying,
man. I'm
man.
sorry.
The arrest, if there is to be one, shall be postponed to a later date. In the meantime, Ganter has one last chance to outline his biggest
It
concern.
also pisses me off that it
Anything
feels like
else?
when it happens to cops,
Anything-
they
any
get
other
more
questions for me?
lax.
Anything?
No,
Like they still eventually get hit with charges,
So,
but from what I've
don't
seen,
think
it
it's
feels like they
disrespect
get
towards you
treated
doing your
with
job
slightly
that,
more
you know,
respect
phony
in the
and
sense
never
that
situation like this before, so.
they're able
Neither have I.
to
Yeah,
talk
from
to
this side.
people
So, I mean,
ahead of
listen,
time and
yeah,
schedule
I wanna
things. Whereas
make it
if
as
this was a
painless as
person that
possible.
punched another
I wanna make
person
sure that, you know,
in
like
an
you
instant
said,
like
yeah, that
this,
I'm responsible, but
things
that,
would be
you know, that I
happening.
make
You know what I
this
mean?
some type of,
Someone
like,
would
major
probably
thing.
be hauled off.
It's
Something
a
would be
thing. Don't
happening.
get me wrong.
And
I'm
not saying
responsible,
nothing's
but
happening here, but
the,
it's so fucking slow. And it just happens to
Ganter
be
may
because he's
be
a
in
cop.
an unfamiliar situation,
kind of
but this
annoying.
isn't the first time he's faced backlash. The Hartford
God.
Courant conducted a review and found that the Meriden Police Department had far more complaints filed against it than Connecticut departments of similar size. Ganter himself had 5 complaints against him, more than all but 2 of his colleagues. That review was done in 2011. Ganter's
Bruh.
statement, or lack thereof in this case, has come to an end, but
I would love to know if the complaints had to do with, like, violence. Like, what were the nature of the complaints?
the officers on scene have some parting remarks.
Wasn't part of it.
You didn't see the video.
I'm like, and when he said that, I said, I'm like,
The dashcam video may hold the truth, but filming yourself is a double-edged sword. The footage also captures Bercuglio waiting for police to arrive, time he spends replaying the altercation with a different outcome.
Killed him right there. What? That dude. This girl. You should have bit him.
Here's what I have to say. I don't think that should be held against him. He's processing the fact that he was just fucking punched by a cop in his car. It's not even like he got out and seemed aggressive, you know what I mean? The cop fucking walked up to him, punched him, and then dipped.
Could have killed him. Fuck him up.
Like, that's fucked up.
If the dog has opinions on the situation, she keeps them to herself. Without that input, law enforcement officials came to their own resolution and a warrant was issued for Ganter's arrest. The middle school SRO turned himself in 12 days after the incident and was charged with breach of peace and assault in the 3rd degree. In addition to the charges, Ganter was permanently removed from his assignment as a school resource officer. According to the Meriden Police Department, an internal investigation concluded that Ganter violated the police department's code of conduct, which led to him being suspended for 5 days without pay. Ganter will also be required to attend de-escalation training for the next 3 years. Ganter told investigators that he, quote,
Damn,
phased
that's a
out
chunk.
during the altercation and was not aware that he had hit Bercuglio until feeling something on his hand. At that point, he remembers thinking, oh my God, what just happened? He acknowledged wrongdoing, however,
That's some bullshit.
saying it
I'm
was
sorry.
a moment of, quote,
I don't
just
buy that
plain
in most
stupidity.
situations. You know
Ganter
what you
was
were
given
doing.
accelerated rehabilitation by the court. If he completes the program without further incident by January 2025, the charges
That's
will
annoying.
be dismissed.
I feel like he should still be charged for it. I'm sorry. That was straight up assault. I don't care how hard you hit someone. You walked up to someone in their space because they were upsetting you. You reached inside their car, even just barely, where they were sitting in their car. Again, there'd be like, I feel like there'd be room to argue, right, if he got out of his car, because then there's like, oh, I felt threatened. It still isn't right, but like I could still see that as being an actual like sort of defense. There's no fucking defense. He walked up on someone and punched him. Like, that's some bullshit. Let's see. What else do I have? Ooh, how about this one? I don't know how long this is.
Ready, let's go, now!
Where'd it
I'm
go?
gonna give these people a reason to go
Oh,
talk.
okay, so this one's slightly longer. This is Rejanie Morris. I don't know how to pronounce her first name. But the name of the video is When an Evil Mom Realizes She's Been Caught. And this, I think, uses, like, store footage, some body cam footage, and interrogation room footage, I think. I could be wrong. A lot of these were just randomly downloaded because they're recent. And I was just like, I want to do true crime at some point.
Ready, let's go, now!
And, of course, it involves a child. Oh, shit.
Snapped inside a crib shirt. They got it on video, like she snapped.
Oh shit! What'd she do to her kid?
I don't even know why I'm going to jail. They're the ones who held my son away from me.
Oh, did she beat the fucking...
son underneath his shoulders.
Trying to pick him up. I couldn't
Oh my
hold his hand, baby.
god.
Why? Because I'm in handcuffs.
Oh. Oh, that's so sad. Oh. Oh, that's assault. Oh, I love how I love how everyone has their fucking cameras out, dude. What the fuck? Yo, hold up.
Hey!
Chaos erupts in an Iowa
Jesus
gas
Christ,
station when
this is
customers
Explore with us
intervene
again.
in a family dispute. The ensuing havoc
That's
results
fucked
in
up.
an astonishing
They
brawl
have to
that
blur it
leaves
out,
the
but
community
goddamn.
stunned. But that's nothing compared to the shock that police officers get when they learn that the pandemonium started when a mother violently manhandled her 9-year-old autistic son.
Oh my
the
God,
lazy
dude.
quiet of a
What the
September
fuck?
weekend in
Some people shouldn't have kids. The more fucking shit that I take in from media, from like body cam footage, stories that go viral, and even shit that I see in the store that I work at for the 5 years that I've worked there, the more I think it's actually more of a feasible situation and thing to do for people to have to like earn a certificate to have a child. Just because some people are just not fucking equipped, and for some reason they decide to have kids. Like, I don't get it. Like, how are you not self-aware enough to realize that you are your own handful? You know, you don't need to be taking on any other responsibilities or situations. It's like there's some people that just shouldn't have pets. They're usually the same types of people. But, like...
2021
Oh
is broken when
my
a call
God,
comes
it
in to
pisses me off when
911
this shit
reporting an
happens.
uproar at a local convenience store.
Police department, can I help you?
People fighting up here at Quick Trip.
How many people are fighting?
God,
Well,
Quick Trip.
mom was beating her kid really bad in here.
I can't, ma'am, I can't hear you. Something's wrong with your phone. How many people?
Something's wrong with your phone. You sound like a robot.
And other people, it's the kid from her, and they're all yelling and freaking out.
All right, we'll be on the way up there.
Even through a poor phone connection, the commotion in the background is enough to alert
I don't think we
dispatchers
have
that a
any
bizarre
Quick Trips
emergency is unfolding at the Quick Trip gas
nearby.
station. Officer Miller of the Des Moines Police Department is first on the scene, and the crowd that rushes to greet him is the first indication that something is very wrong there.
This lady's in here choking him and dragging him around the stores, right? So we tell her to calm down, and then she is just going crazy now. My homie's not in there holding her down right now.
I'm actually curious now.
Somebody better get this just
Okay.
She punched her and she pulled back.
Okay, there are Quick Trips in New York, I think. I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever been in a Quick Trip, or if I have, it's been like really short.
Place your hands behind your back.
It looks like an
Place your hands behind
extended
your back.
convenience
You just
store.
struck me.
It's just like a bigger gas station.
Okay.
No, because they're the ones who started.
Place your hands behind your back.
Oh my
Relax. Relax, okay?
Brother.
Because they're the ones who
adult.
started.
Keep your hands behind your back.
I am behind my back.
Okay.
And I would like to talk to an officer now.
Okay, I'm here.
Because I want my son.
Place your hands behind your back.
They're the ones who started it, and I want my son.
Okay.
The commotion inside the convenience store will make it difficult for police to piece the situation together, but it will surely be easier with this woman secured in handcuffs.
What is going on?
First of all, I was trying to discipline my son. They got involved. My son is ADHD. I was trying to get him out of the store. They got involved
gonna
when
bring
they
up the
wasn't supposed to.
autism?
I just want my son so I could go home, please.
So why-
Is he on like undiagnosed?
They're the ones who kept getting
Because
in
the
my
announcer
face
said
about
autism.
leave me alone.
Okay.
He said autistic. ADHD and autism are two different things.
So that's
I
your
want my-
that's your reasoning for
That
throwing
is the
things at me?
truth. No, and then I
A
did
little
not
bit
mean
too
to throw him
happened.
at you.
A lot
I
from
just
what
want
I've
my
seen.
son so I could go home.
Okay.
Because I know
Yeah,
what the
step outside.
problem
We're
is
gonna
with
step
my
outside.
son.
I'm
and
pretty
nobody
sure I have a
does
little bit of
it.
both things going on.
Step outside.
Tell me that I just want my son so I
Okay.
could go home.
Are you here with anyone?
Just me and my son.
Where do you live?
Right behind us, and I would like to take my son home. He has workers. Right now, the workers and I've been dealing with this because he has ADHD, and I would like to get him home for medicine. So can I please take my son home?
Stand right here.
She really thought her child that
I
she's
just want
feeding
my
was going to be a
son.
get out of jail free
So I
card.
could go home.
We're gonna figure all this out, okay? Have a seat in my car.
I know I beat my son and then punched random people, but my son needs his medication, cop. I gotta go. The house is right over here. I go.
And I'll be
All right.
Nobody can confirm.
With the mom squared away, Officer Miller goes to check on her son.
How about
Alright, is
fucking close
everybody
it on
else
her
okay?
mid-sentence? He could
okay.
not give a
Everybody's
fuck
fine.
less.
You can see the marks on his neck.
Hey, bud.
I love that this fucking group of people. I love that this group of, like, I'm assuming strangers or borderline strangers, I don't even care. I love that this group of people saw this child being mistreated and was like, what the fuck are you doing? So many people are not fucking held accountable for their actions. I love it when motherfuckers stand up for other people, especially people that cannot fight for themselves. This child probably thinks this is somewhat normal behavior. I'm willing to bet that he puts up with this type of abuse on a somewhat regular basis because that's usually what happens. So to have someone go, no, this is not okay, and actually kind of stand up for him is awesome. That needs to happen more.
Hey, buddy, can you talk to me? Okay. Can you look up
Like,
at
if you're
me?
comfortable enough smacking up your child in the middle of a fucking
Mom kinda-
Walmart,
got
then,
marks on her
like,
neck.
what are you
Alright.
doing behind
Can you
closed
sit here
doors?
for me,
Because
okay?
that's fucking
Thanks,
sad,
buddy.
dog.
The boy is reluctant to talk, but the discolorations on
Well,
his
that
neck
could
make
be
it more
the
important
autism
than
if he
ever
actually
for
is
Officer
autistic.
Miller to get to the bottom of this situation.
You got video of this?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
The TT got videos of it too. Everybody in here is gonna say the same. You literally
I
just
love
walk
hot moms. Bro is spitting.
over to where they was behind the challenge drinks. Like,
So what was she doing with her child? Picking,
She was like, get up.
like picking him up by the neck?
He's literally on his back. She's pulling him by the arm.
He like let me
Okay.
go.
Yeah, that's
let
not
her go.
okay. That is so
And she's,
not okay.
she's yelling loud as hell like, I don't give a
He
You're
wasn't
coming
even
with
gonna
me.
say nothing, but it
Because
just
too
kept
many
going.
motherfuckers justify their abuse because they're like, well, it's my child. I'll choose how I get to choose how I treat this child. It's my child. I gave birth to it. It's like, no. I'm sorry. There's a lot of, like, decision making that goes into being a parent, but there are some lines that just, it should be clear to everyone and anyone you don't cross. If what they're saying is true, that's straight up abuse. That's not discipline, that's abuse. You're abusing that child.
No, so then we walked back there, and then we just tried to tell her to stop, and she started tripping out.
Who did she assault?
Like 4 or 5 people.
Who did she assault you?
me.
Which one of y'all did she push with the door? One of these little kids. She called a black. Like she's just sweet,
out of control.
She assaulted my fiance. I had to actually like put her on the ground because she was getting way too out of control. I held her down for a little bit. She bit me. She
I got a video of him holding her down to where she can't do anything anymore.
Okay.
Because she was really getting out of control. Like,
It's already clear that however unhinged this
Did they not
situation
have
appeared when
cameras
Officer
inside the
Miller
store? 'Cause I
arrived
think
on the
the
scene,
perspective
the
we
full
saw was from one
story
of the
is
people
even
recording on their
crazier.
phones.
But the
Which
breathless
is good, but,
testimony
like,
of
I
the
wonder
witnesses
if there's,
cannot
like,
compare
decent
to the
cameras in the
video
store?
itself.
She was like trying to put her hands on these little girls. I don't know where they went.
she
And that's
squared
when
up
you
with
intervened,
another
like,
little
those are little
girl,
girls.
talking about I'm gonna punch you in the face. She just kept throwing stuff
Jesus
and throwing
Christ.
stuff.
Also, could you fucking imagine being an actual fucking adult, having a child of your own and threatening an actual child? Like, what the fuck? What kind of fucking brain cell-less behavior?
Something at me. I thought he something at me. Smack her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did that. That's when I hit her.
Yep. Okay.
Because you don't do that to kids.
Nope.
I'm not with none
I
of
love how
that.
the cop
You
immediately is
wasn't
like,
in the
nope.
No, you're helping this child out. That's on me.
That's all he was
You're doing what you should have done.
Right.
If Officer
Hell
Miller was
yeah.
reserving the benefit of the doubt for his suspect, this cell phone video has clearly changed things. To the mother currently sitting in the back of his police car, however, the fault lies with everyone else.
Just want my son.
I'm not making excuses for her, but if this is normalized behavior, if she's been doing this for years, she's probably justified it in her head. That's how that she, number one, it's her right to treat her son like that, and number two, she gets to make those decisions. It's her business, not anyone else's, and she shouldn't get in trouble for it. That is a lot of the mental gymnastics that I've seen play out when it comes to parents being over aggressive and even abusive towards their own children. And I hate it, but unfortunately she probably does think she's actually the victim in this situation. She thinks that they ganged up on her when she was just doing what she does with her son. That she was being a parent, and that's fucking sad. Also, I want to know what her shirt says. I can't make it out. I want to know if it's ironic
has a habit
or
of
sad.
making everything worse. It's what my son can be.
If the mom thinks her son and the other customers are to blame for this incident, she seems to be the only one who feels that way.
But then she ended up punching him in his back and then hit me in the back of my head, and that's when I really just took off on her.
So
and put my hands on
she
her.
assaulted both of you?
Yes,
Okay.
somebody else had a video.
We didn't assault her first, but she,
Do you two wish she's going to be going to jail anyway? Do you wish to be victims of the assault and testify?
I want to press charges. I don't care. I want to press charges.
Do you want to go to court and testify?
Yeah,
all that?
I will.
Okay.
I will. Most definitely will.
It's like I also love. I was gonna say she literally just vocalized why I love these people, but they're continuing to be like, no, I'll go to court because there's a child involved, and you don't fuck around with a child like that. That's not okay. Again, we need more individuals like that because goddamn.
Yeah, that helps.
This kind of behavior, especially in stores and stuff. At least in in New York, the areas that I'm at is a little more normalized to a certain degree. When you see like a parent smack a child or something in the middle of the store because they're misbehaving, and I'm like, that's not okay.
There are clearly two very different views of what happened
okay.
before police arrived on this bizarre day. But security cameras have captured every
hell
moment of the
hell
action.
yeah.
Police will soon
They got
see
pretty
for
decent
themselves
cameras
exactly
considering
how
it's got to be
things
because it's a
went
bigger
down
gas
inside the Quick
station.
Trip, and so will
So many
we.
gas
In the
stations have
meantime,
ass
the cell phone
cameras.
video is more than enough to disgust Officer Miller.
Can you show me where she slams the child on the ground again?
It's this video.
I don't know what you can see, but
Picks him up under the arms.
in the back.
Takes him, swings him down.
Picks him up in the air and throws him on the floor. Okay.
While she shows her
Jesus
video
Christ,
again to
that
Officer
child
Miller,
is
her
tiny.
fiance
What the
shows
fuck?
Officer Peckman how he was hurt. in
Like,
the
it's so easy to accidentally injure a child, but you're forcefully picking them up and slamming them on the ground. You're asking to accidentally break a bone or dislocate an arm. Bro, a couple of my siblings, I'm not going to name names, but a couple of my siblings when they were little accidentally dislocated their own arms when they were, like, playing and goofing around. Like, that's how fucking easy it is for some children. And that shit is painful as a bitch. Why would you risk doing that?
melee.
Do you have any injuries on you from?
Well, I mean, I don't know what you can see, but she punched me right here in the back.
Okay, and then you said she bit you?
Well, she attempted to.
Yeah, okay.
She didn't get the chance to because I heard it got out the way. But she was pinching me literally like right here. You can probably still see the
Some redness, yeah.
So when I was walking out the store, she punched me in my back. She punched my girl, and so we just attacked her because that's my lady. Like, ain't nobody just want to attack my lady.
Having gathered statements from the main
Don't fuck with my
participants,
woman,
the
I'll
cops
fuck
have
you
another
up.
conversation with the
That
woman
is very
who
much the
started all
energy.
of this.
See if she has a story and see if she has someone who can come pick this child up. Ma'am, what's your first name?
Rejanie Morris. And I can also give you my son's workers.
Just as the officers note those down, she utters more strange details.
If my son has to go to foster care, I will understand, but I would like to go home so I can talk to his workers and get all of this handled, please.
Sure, we'll get all this sorted out shortly. What's going on with him today?
Brendan, he is ADHD,
Okay.
autism on a spectrum, mood swings, DD, that goes along with.
Did you just say autism on a spectrum? What the fuck? He on that spectrum. I feel like it's fair to mock her because she fucking beat her own child, you know?
ADHD.
Assaulted others, threatened another child.
He is due for his medicine, and he's even got a doctor's appointment to get back in school tomorrow because he's been homesick.
Okay.
And when he does not get his way, which the workers know, he will throw a fit like that in the store. And they told me to carry him out and get him back at home. And that's exactly what I did until they got involved. And I tried to tell them they don't know him and they don't know the situation.
What's his first name?
Brendan, and his psych meds are at my house right now.
As shocking as it is that a mother would so quickly volunteer her son for foster care,
That's fucked
it's
up.
obvious that there's more to this family history than police can unpack in an afternoon. However, a
That's
hint
still
of it
fucked
may
up,
come
though.
out as
I'm
Officer
sorry.
Peckman
That's fucked
searches
up.
Regina for weapons.
I'm gonna
Oh,
pat you
shit.
down really quick, so I'm gonna have you pop out.
What
Do you have any
weapons does she have?
No,
Damn.
needles or knives or anything that's gonna hurt me?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I don't even do that anymore since I've had my son. This is just the first time somebody's involving themselves when they don't know the
So previous drug
situation
use is
and
what
what
we're
I
looking
go
at?
through with him. And like I said,
Why is she shoeless? What happened?
Wait,
Wait, no, where did she lose her shoes? What happened there? Did she go to the store without shoes? That is a... Nah, you don't do that. That's not right. Please.
discussing to getting him into focus.
So, does he stay at Orchard Place sometimes?
No, because
I
he's
had
not
most of
in
my
yet.
salad, guys.
Okay, I gotcha.
He's
I had a
taken
lot of
off
protein
from the
in it. I'm
house.
gonna
Like
probably
I
have the rest
told
of it
her,
tonight.
he's due to have his next
I had all of the
dosage of
garlic
medicine
bread.
when I
It was
get
3
home.
slices,
I'm gonna get
and
the
then I
car
had
started. I'm gonna
most
get the
of my
AC running
chicken
so you get some
salad.
air. I'll go ahead and get your keys. We'll get this sorted out.
Chicken
Okay.
Caesar
And my
salad.
wallet's behind the thing.
Okay. Oh my. We're good. We got quite the call here.
This is a dramatic understatement, as will become clear when we see the wild
I
quick trip
feel
surveillance
so
footage in
bad
a
for the
moment.
fucking
But the
kid,
entire
man. I
video
feel that every
isn't
time a kid's
necessary for the
involved, like,
police
God
to
damn
come
it.
up with some likely charges for Regina
Again,
Morris.
this child has been, probably been used to, like, this is somewhat normalized behavior. I'm willing to bet.
video too. Just picking him up and getting him to the car. Yeah.
What do you think? Certainly some sort of child
I
endangerment.
think that's
body
something.
slamming
Yeah.
child, right?
Yeah.
And then assaulting. She's saying, I'll do a simple assault for hitting her in the head, simple assault for whatever happened to
Pinching
him.
and punching and yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, how many charges of assault is she gonna get?
Come pick this kid up. She says there's no one to do that.
Yeah.
So
Before Officer Miller can begin writing up the charges, however,
This does seem
Regina
like a
has
headache
some
for the cops,
complaints.
Excuse me, can I say something? Yeah, these handcuffs are a little too tight because they're hurting my wrist back here.
Everyone complains that handcuffs are uncomfortable or borderline painful, and I'm like, motherfucker, they're handcuffs. I'm sorry, I don't side with the cops often, but they're not supposed to be comfortable. They're not doing their job if they're not comfortable.
Here, I'll have you step out. I'm gonna put two on, make it a
Or
little more
if they're
comfortable for you, okay?
You know what I mean.
Which one's one that's really tight?
Both of them are.
All right. Now I'm gonna have to uncuff you for a second, okay? Just be cool, all right? Be
They're
cool.
just digging in my hand.
Nope, I got you.
And what is going to take place? Because
Well-
all I got, his phone numbers are at my house. Medicine's at my house, and I do have a friend who can take me down there. She's in D11.
I'll have you step back in. So D11, is this? Do you know the friend's name?
Yeah, Donisha. She's the only friend I have at the building, and she will be willing to take him.
Okay.
Regina's comfort has been addressed, and now there's at least one possible option when it comes to Brendan's care. In the meantime, Officer Peckman tries to get some information from the store's employees.
So did you see what happened?
That lady came in with her 2 kids, and she wasn't listening, but she was like beating them.
Okay.
Not as this one.
Okay. Are those cameras?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then, so then those people stepped in, and then from there just broke loose. She was freaking out, throwing
Okay. Did she damage anything in here?
She just threw all her stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Making sense of these
Yeah,
chaotic
'cause she can
events
get hit
won't
with
be
other
easy,
charges if
but
she,
there
like,
are
destroys
worse
the area
things
that
than
she's
putting
into.
together a puzzle.
Hey. Oh, okay, so
Having
she lost
rescued
the
one of
flip-flops in the
Regina's
fucking
flip-flops,
store.
Officer Peckman tries her hand at a task that's perhaps less unpleasant, but no less challenging, getting Brendan into her police car.
Hey, Brendan. Is it Brandon? Hey, bud. Oh my gosh. You want to come hang out in my car where it's cool? Hey, Brandon. Let's take your drink and let's go wait in my car, okay? Okay. Well, these
I
folks
don't
need
wanna
to
go.
Yeah. We're gonna have a DHS worker come out and we'll figure out where. Yeah. Yep. These folks need to move on with their day, so you're gonna come sit in my car and hang out with me.
Brendan is content to hang out beside the Quick Trip for now, and when Officer Miller comes to chat with Officer Peckman, the boy's care is on his mind as well.
She says she's got a friend, Denisha, in D11. It's a friend. She's okay with the child going there, but I would want to check with DHS about if that's okay with them. You know what I mean? Is he in the car?
No, he doesn't want to go in the car, so I can wait with him outside. He's actually a little difficult, so.
Is he?
Officer Miller
Well,
isn't
considering he
pleased
was
to
just
hear about
beat
his
as
partner's
well, I feel like that
failure, but
kinda
he
goes
quickly
into it.
learns that she did the best she could.
Come over here. Come on. Yeah, come on up, bud.
You want to pick you up?
Aww.
All right.
Again, fucking
Thanks,
kudos
bud.
to these motherfuckers
Thank
that
you,
happen to be in the
appreciate it.
store, because
Thank you
damn.
for all the help.
Are you gonna take my mom to jail?
Well, we're figuring all this out, okay? Would you like to sit in the car so you can at least be cool? Nothing bad's gonna happen, okay? Alright. Let's start doing some other stuff.
Officer Miller then moves to deal with Regina, who has some alternative suggestions for how the rest of the day should go.
Alright.
Am I going to jail?
Yes, we have to contact DHS and see if that's a plan that'll work. What's that?
I would like to go back to my home.
I know you do.
Not an option. You beat your child and assaulted random people,
We're
bro.
also getting a hold of DHS, okay? We have our own protocols we have to go through, okay?
Then I would like to press charges against them too. Because she's the one who hit me. And then he held me down. So I would like to press charges against both of them. If I'm going to jail, they need to go.
Oh.
I don't even know why I'm going to jail. They're the ones who held my son away from me.
Well, I watched a video of you grabbing your son underneath his shoulders and slamming him on the floor.
Trying to pick him up.
What's that?
I was trying to pick him up.
Yeah, and then you throw him to the floor. Okay. Well, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's what I saw.
I would like to go home so I could calm down, so I could call my workers.
Would you like to speak with my sergeant?
Yes, because I would like to go home. I can understand that you're placing him outside the home. I'm willing to do that. But I would like to go home and calm down so that I could get...
I understand that you're taking my child away, and possibly putting the foster system might get involved, but I don't understand why you'd arrest me for assaulting my son and random people.
Get a hold of the workers to let them know what is going on.
It's perhaps not
That's the
surprising
vibe
that
that
Officer
this
Miller's
entire
sympathies
situation
are in
gives.
short supply. But when Regina's friend Anisha shows up at the store, she too is in shock over what she's witnessed.
Yeah, I'm okay. Regina snapped inside a quick trip. They got it on video, like she snapped. They're posting it on Facebook. Damn, that went viral fast.
Disturbed by the video, Denisha
What the
speaks
fuck?
with her friend in the back of the police car.
And they're not even letting me to go home to calm down. Yeah, no, honey, because that video, Regina, what happened? They got involved and they wouldn't back out of my face either. So they were partly at fault too. Baby, what happened between you and your son? He was throwing a fit and I was trying to walk out until they wanted to get involved and made the situation happen. Why did you call me, Ma? My phone's at home. I was trying to call you. I was already up here. I was trying to get home with him. Those two people over there wanted to start a fight and got in my face too and made the situation worse.
Regina's story doesn't match that of the other witnesses, but everything will soon be cleared up. The Quick Trip workers have pulled up the security footage, and Officer Peckman goes inside to see what really went down this afternoon. Officer Peckman prepares to watch the footage, and as she watches, so shall we, starting right from the moment that Regina and Brendan first entered the store.
Damn.
Brendan pulls a fast one on his mom and slips back into the store undetected.
Which children do. Again, just because the children missed it, nothing justifies that. I'm sorry. Dude, it did go somewhere. Okay, so this did go somewhat viral. I didn't catch this at all at the time. But I'm finding a few fucking pages on the internet, on the interwebs, specifically about the situation, including some videos taken by first-hand people, which trigger warning because it involves obvious abuse. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this video doesn't go into huge detail. So a 9-year-old boy with autism screams for help inside a Des Moines Quick Trip Sunday as his mother picks him up by the arms and throws him face first on the ground. What the fuck? She threw him down and smacked his face, and that's when I came to him and I pushed her, get off of him. You don't do that to a child. In the second video, you see the woman try to leave and then turn around to punch Quinn in the back of the head, which is, I think, what we saw at the very beginning of this. She was screaming, yelling, throwing property prior to our arrival. Once we were able to get her into custody and calm down a little bit, we learned that prior to our arrival, she had actually assaulted her child twice. Charged with child endangerment and 2 counts of assault. I'm surprised it was only 2, but I guess it's the couple that that we've seen in the video. Please tell us the child is doing well and in the care of DHS. This is from September 15th, 2021. So it was after the incident, but yeah. I figured I'd share that just because she mentioned it going somewhat viral on Facebook, which that happens all the time. You have like local stories that go viral, but I wanted to see if there's anything that would actually get pulled up with a few keywords. Jesus Christ. I get why they blur it, terms and conditions for YouTube and other things. But at the same time, I'm like, why do you even show the video? We got a description of what happened. So they overheard it, and they wander in, and they're just like, you can't do that to a kid. That fucking sentence. This is my son, and I will discipline him. Jesus Christ, man. I don't care. I love that. I'm sorry. Again, I love the fact that fucking major kudos to those two. Because goddamn, she would have beat that motherfucker. I mean, she did, but it would have been so much worse. Look at him hiding in the corner. And I love that she's going back to check on the child. Jesus Christ.
The footage shows Regina throwing her
Like,
child to the ground.
disturbing
And that
to
will
see
be enough
that
for the police
someone would
to
do that
send
to
her
a
to
child,
jail
let alone
tonight.
their own
However, as
kid.
you'll see, that
But
was
it's
only
kind
the
of
beginning
uplifting
of the
seeing
convenience
people
store
actually stand
carnage
up, like I
that
said.
tore
It
through the
happens.
Quick Trip.
And I feel like we've been conditioned to a certain degree when we see a parent getting kind of violent or getting kind of aggravated or upset or a little over the top with their kid to be like, well, it's their kid and they're the parents and we don't know the full situation. No, that's abuse. It's not okay. Ooh.
We need to go. No. Back up. He is you touched me. I touched you. Back up. My son. Back up. My son. Back up. No, no. Back up. Okay, I'm
Damn.
Look at here. Son is ADHD.
Just like the fact that she's literally being a meat shield. She literally hops in front of the child. Like, again, big fucking kudos to these motherfuckers. Like, goddamn, that brings a smile to my face. It's like, no, fuck off. We're waiting for the cops.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to be here. And you know what? The cops will be on my side. No, they won't. Yes, they will. Bet you they won't. Give me my child. And I don't have kidnapping charges against you. Give me my child. No, you're not getting it. Give me my child. Get out the store.
You could see them also, something that I didn't really point out, but in the early, I'm not going to rewind it, like I always do, but if you, when they first, like, turn that corner and look at the situation that's happening, they freeze for, like, a few seconds. You can see that they're just processing that someone is beating a child in the back of a store, because they obviously heard the ruckus, and they were like, oh, someone's acting up, things are getting kind of loud, let me kind of, human curiosity is curiosity. But, like, the fucking pause that was there, where they're just like, is she really doing this to her kid? Like, she pisses me off because she's already saying, well, the cops will be on my side. Okay, then wait for the cops to show up. They're not trying to, like, actively really leave the building, it looks like. The most you can do is really follow them in this situation. Wait for the cops to show up. If you're so sure you're in the right, then nothing will happen to you or your child, and there will be charges or there will be things thrown at the couple who are supposedly kidnapping your child. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no kind of sense. He has not taught you well because you were beating your child in the back of a quick trip, and then you decided to assault two random people who, God bless them, stepped in.
Unable to get what she wants, it's not long before Regina's rage boils over.
Yeah, because here's where I have to say, it has to click in some dark recess of her mind that what she was doing wasn't okay. Like, something has to... I refuse to believe that there's 100% vindication in what you're doing. I know I mentioned that the go-to is they try to justify it, but there has to be that seed of something in the back of their brain that's just, like, slightly itchy, that's just telling them, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing, this isn't okay. They'll try to justify it, and they'll, like, vindicate what they did in their mind, but she has to know that she was caught. Yeah. Bruh. Ooh, she got really upset. Which with how angry she got at that specific sentence, throwing the word abuse out, it makes me wonder if she had, because she mentions the cops know her, it makes me wonder if she had any previous charges or anything on her record having to do with neglecting or abusing her son, or, God forbid, any other children. Because that's very much the vibe it gives off, is that was a trigger word for her. Like, it's been used against her, quote unquote against her. Probably, based on this behavior, if that's true, probably correctly used against her, but she really popped off after that.
The conflict has reached a fever pitch, but if you think what you've seen so far is extraordinary, you haven't seen anything yet.
We already saw her clock the motherfucker in red. We already saw that. I love how she didn't even flinch. She's like, this motherfucker. This stupid motherfucker. Just like, this motherfucker is up here defending everyone. These two men are just like, yeah, you're not going to fuck around. If you fuck around, you're going to find out.
Regina's demands aren't getting her anywhere, but when she decides to take matters into her own hands, the insanity goes to a new level.
Like, you keep yelling at me. It's not gonna change what we're doing here. Look at all the people inside the Yo, again, I don't think I've set foot in a quick trip, and if I have, it's been 2 seconds, and it was a lot smaller than this. I can't, like, 100% because it was a while ago if it was the case. Is it normal for them to be this busy, or is it just because there's a fight popping off? I feel like it got really busy after the fight popped off. Like, you had people walking in while she was first yelling. Right after the beating of the child. Is this just a busy time for Quick Trip, or is this just because you've got people screaming? Because you have people doing actual transactions. Like, these two are actually purchasing things. This motherfucker is coming up, I'm assuming, to purchase something. You have someone right here purchasing something. So, like, there's actual business being done in the midst of just this. What the fuck? Oh. No, the fucking employees are just like, I do not get paid enough for this bullshit. I live in a ghetto supermarket, a ghetto store, and that is exactly the first fucking thought that goes through my goddamn mind. Every time something pops off is that I'm not paid enough for this bullshit. That, and please don't move the fight over here. Please don't come any closer to where I'm at. I just want to work in peace. Like, that is very much the vibe. I had a situation that wasn't really like a huge situation, but earlier today, was it today? It was either today or yesterday. My brain is off. Anxiety been getting to me, dog. Like I said, I was very anxious about the audit that happened, and it wasn't anything to be anxious. I knew it wasn't anything to be anxious about, but anxiety go burr, you know? It just be like that. I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember if it was yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. We normally have 2 policemen in the building / in the parking lot because there are people that try to steal things. It's normal for any retail store, but especially in the ghetto, it do be like that. We have a full AP team and a full team. Motherfuckers go to ghetto stores and just assume that there's no security in place, and motherfuckers are dumb. Because we literally have people that are paid to just sit there, watch the cameras, and catch motherfuckers. And we also have people on that same team that will go out in plain clothes and walk around. Anyone who's worked retail knows that this is a thing that is regularly done, at least in the U.S. I can't speak for, like, other states or even other countries, but I know at least in New York and the majority of the U.S. that's just a normal practice for most stores, especially the bigger ones, which again, I work in a bigger store. But we normally have 1 cop walking around the front end of the store and then 1 in the parking lot, either like riding around in their car, giving out tickets, or just chilling, like in their car in the parking lot. And out of the corner of my eye, while I'm dealing with a transaction in the money area, because again, I'm either there or I'm customer service, most of the time. Sometimes I'm behind the register. I see a cop fucking hauling ass to the one side of the store and leaving, like passing by the area that I'm in. And then I see 2 of the bigger people that are in AP, and when I say bigger people, I mean like managers, like higher above in the AP team that I'm aware of, fucking booking it behind him, like a second or 2 behind him. You just see them pass, like a second or 2 passes, and they pass. And then I wait like 30 seconds because I made a comment. I was just like, oh God, I wonder what's going on. And I knew it had to be in the entryway to the store or in the parking lot, because that's always where things pop off, because you have people trying to steal things, or you have like things that escalate because the cops are obviously stepping in and be like, hey, we recognize you're doing something. It's not okay. Now we have to actually do things about it. And I hear it start to get kind of loud, but like not loud as in like arguing. I can't make out things. It's just loud talking. And another 30 seconds pass, and I see a ton of my coworkers, either on register or in customer service, just walk past the money area that I'm in and straight out into the parking lot, because apparently it escalated to the point that the person tried to fight the cops that were there. I'm just like, good God, dude. I don't get it. Maybe I'm a pussy-ass bitch. I would never be put in a situation, honestly, where I would be trying to steal something, but if I was and I was caught, I'm not fighting a cop, dog. I think we've talked about it before. No matter how pro or anti-cop you are, if you're in a situation where a cop is in that position of power over you, I think it is smart to, number 1, record. Number 2, keep in mind what you're saying and what the cop is telling you, because it can be useful in the future, especially if there's a body cam, if the cop is doing things that aren't okay. And I feel like you should not resist. Not physically resist, because I feel like that's stupid, and it's only going to not only put your safety at risk, which sucks, but it's a fact, but it's also going to end up with you having a ton of other charges. I feel like you have to be self-aware enough if you're doing something that's risky like that to just not. Like, when you're caught, you're caught. Because I feel like you're just making a bigger mess for yourself. But it happens all the time, and I always question it, because I'm just like, why? What is the point? You think you're really going to beat 2 cops? And it's usually more than 2 cops, because by that point, they've called backup. You know what I mean? Like, you really think you're going to take on multiple motherfuckers that are armed, and are able to tase and pepper spray you, and able to technically shoot you if they, quote-unquote, feel threatened or whatever else. Like, no, it's stupid. And all for, like, a half a cart full of stuff. No! Stop it! There are other things you can do. There are ways you can go about things. While I don't support people who steal, I can understand, and I even feel really bad for the people who are stealing, like, necessity items because they're put in that situation. But there are things, man. There are ways to go about things. Like, that is not how you do it. But yeah, this is a somewhat, like, regular occurrence at the store that I work at, is you'll just see the cops fucking booking it one way or the other way, because there's multiple entrances and exits, obviously, in the building that I'm at. And every time I see them running, I'm just like, okay, so who's doing something in either the entryway to the building or the parking lot? I always tell the customers whenever they comment, like, a fight's going on or something, I always tell them, well, it's never a dull day at work, because that's very much the truth. I knew going into it that there would be situations that would recur, unfortunately, somewhat regularly, because I live in a low-income neighborhood and because of where I'm at in the city and all that. But, like, there's never a dull day, man. There's always some shit going on. I think you can legally restrain someone if they're being, like, a threat if you're waiting for the cops. I think it also depends on which state and, like, a lot of the circumstances leading up to it. But I feel like what he did was legal. I think the cops said that it was legal. Like, they reacted the way that you should react in that situation.
As shocking as that was, the exchange has only added fuel to Regina's fire. She storms toward the door, where she's unable to resist having a measure of revenge.
Damn. She fucking hit her, dog.
Officer Miller arrived just in time.
This bitch right here is just shopping. She is not involving herself at all, but she just got shit thrown at her. Like, that's a... The chaos of the situation is funny because you just have people going about their day, and then you have this shit happening. And then you have people in the background just trying to get through their workday, man. Just trying to get that fucking minimum wage. Fucking...
Time to miss the violence, and back in real time, Officer Peckman has seen enough to make sense of the chaos, or at least as much sense as can possibly be made.
Here's your phone back. Thank you.
Were you able to see on the camera?
Yeah, you get a pretty good view, so yeah.
She was in the wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Say, to me, it looks more than this.
He does seem to be somewhat of a difficult child. He's obviously got something going on, but
you know, I was gonna say that doesn't give you a right to beat your child.
Yeah.
It comes back to some people just shouldn't be parents
The
because
subject of Brendan's
you don't know if you're gonna have a child. It just happens to be a difficult child. Has other stuff going on, being like autism, ADHD, whatever. You don't know. When you are having a child, you're taking that fucking gamble. And I feel like some people should not be able to take that gamble. They should maybe be able to have a pet.
difficult nature comes up again, and it's something that Officer Peckman will become intimately familiar with before the day is done. In the meantime, a tentative arrangement is made to send Brendan home with Denisha. However, that plan hits a snag when Sergeant Vance arrives and decides that it might be wise to cover all the bases.
If the child is slowing down, we might have to take the child to the hospital just to make sure the child's not injured in any way. Yeah. Since she did finally throw him down. Okay. I know he's probably not going to say he's injured, but we'll probably need to at least get him medically checked out. And then if the neighbor wants to go to the hospital, and if it's okay with DHS, if they want to work out something with DHS, that's up to him.
I'll let the other officer know that she's going to deal with all the kid side of it. I'm just going to get her going. She does want to talk to y'all.
It just does seem like a mess and a half though for the cops to sort out.
Caught up to speed with what's happening at the Quick Trip today, the sergeant has a chat with Regina, who still
the
has
fucking
hopes
mom
of avoiding
and the child.
jail.
It's always a lot harder when there's children involved because whatever state it's in, I think they have to automatically, in most cases where violence happens, they have to reach out to either another parent or DHS or both parties. If possible, like in this case, I'm assuming dad is out of the picture, so they really can't, like, contact dad, but they can contact DHS. and it's got to be
What?
difficult to kind of deal with.
What's that?
I am willing to separate myself. This is all my numbers at home, and I can't get a hold of nobody because all my workers' numbers are in my phone. And I'm willing to take full responsibility for what I did. It's just I would like to go home if possible tonight because I don't have a way to bond myself out. And like I said, I can't get a hold of nobody. And I'm willing to take full responsibility. Anything you guys ask me, I'll do all the court dates, everything. If I have a no trespassing charge for the premises, I'll even take it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I mean, we're not going to be able to send you home tonight.
The prevailing theme of the day seems
I
to be
still can't
Regina's
believe-
inability to get what she wants.
Yeah, I still can't believe she thought she was going home, or there was even a possibility she was going home. Like, the fuck? You abused your child, which again, she probably isn't even factoring that. She's probably factoring, yes, I did swing on people, but they swung. She's probably immediately factoring, well, they swung on me, so it's like, that doesn't matter. You fucking came at them first. You hit them. You assaulted them first.
But there's not much she can do about it from the back of a police car. And despite her menacing deeds,
Oh, I know
Brendan
what her
still
fucking shirt
longs
says.
for her comfort.
And that's just
I
sad.
can't hold your hand, baby.
That to me really does scream that as long as this child's been in her custody, that child has put up with some form of abuse for an extended period of time. That behavior in these instances are somewhat normal. They are normalized to him. That is a normal interaction between him and his mother. She picked him up and slammed him by the arm, face first into the ground. And that's a normal interaction. He's willing to come back to her and reach out for comfort and warmth. And that's fucking sad.
Why? Because I'm in handcuffs. Okay, you need to go. Go with
What? I want to touch
I know, baby. It's not here.
Like, that's fucked up. No matter how you slice it, that's fucked
Are you
up.
going to be back in the morning? Yep, we're going to
I'm going to try to, okay?
Okay. Don't worry about it.
It may be
And
impossible
unfortunately, I could see with almost all of these types of cases, if she does end up getting any more communication time with her child, which more than likely she will be able to have at least supervised situation happen or something, I can totally see her using this as a weapon. Like, not only now, but in the future, using instances like this as a weapon towards him in the future as well. You sent me to jail. You put me through this. Taking all of the blame off of the fact that she was the adult in the situation and she chose to do it, and that is the consequences of her actions, and pushing it all on the son and being like, well, no, it's your fault. You're the reason why. And that pisses me off.
muster sympathy for Regina
'Cause that's
after
fucked
all
up.
we've witnessed today.
That's
but one
on you.
can't
That's not on
ignore
your
the
kid.
heartbreak of her
But
child as
that
they're
happens
separated.
all the
Officer
time, and
Miller
it's
decides
fucked
it
up.
might be best to make sure Brendan doesn't have to watch his mom go into the transport wagon.
Hey, how about I just go drive somewhere else? We can get this kid off the side of the car.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah. This is not gonna be good for him.
For the incoming third watch.
That's why I love the instances where, again, I'm not super pro cops, but in instances where kids are, being abused or whatever, where the cops are like, hey, let's go to McDonald's or let's go somewhere, or they take them somewhere else happy. So not only do they not get to see this kind of shit and have this kind of shit happen in the moment, but like they turn it into a somewhat positive where it's not just, oh, this really, really bad thing happened.
I know, but Mom's gotta go.
No, she doesn't.
We'll have
She doesn't. She doesn't have to go.
Unit 94.
Am I good to back up?
Where's somebody taking to the hospital?
Officer Miller drives Regina away from the store, leaving Denisha and her friend to deal with her distraught son. At the same time, Officer Peckman gets a curious update from
Oh,
DHS.
shit, what did DHS
Probably
say?
doesn't meet the criteria for removal if he wasn't injured from being thrown down. Yeah, she said she'll
What the
email
fuck?
me.
Okay,
with what
that's slightly fucked up. I guess I can understand, but like that's fucked up.
for her supervisor says, but in the meantime, we're okay to figure out how best to get him to Lutheran, and then he's okay to go home with them. So yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna have to lock him in.
What do you want him to ride with us?
No, no,
To my house.
no.
I'll follow you guys. I can go over there and meet you guys over there. I gotta go home and tell my family. I just kind of like pushed my kids in with someone that was there.
Okay.
They don't even know what's going on. I just was like, I'll be right back, you know. I had to come and try to help my sister.
Arranging for Brendan's care won't be as simple as it seems, but Denisha and the police are doing everything in their power to make it work. Denisha promises Brendan that she'll meet him at the hospital, which helps calm him down, at least temporarily. Once he's seated in the back of Officer Peckman's car with Denisha's friend Angelina, however, his thoughts turn sad.
I miss Mom. Oh, you know what? She misses you too. Oh, I don't wanted her to be gone forever.
Aww,
She's
like that's
gonna
just
be
sad.
there for 5 years.
Aww.
Regina's sentence is still to be determined, but she immediately makes an impression when she gets to jail.
More weekend, please.
Right towards that door.
You got your cough or shortness of breath? No. Have you traveled in mass or domestic? No. Come in contact with another with COVID? No. What happened to your leg?
That's when somebody held me down on the floor at QT. So like I said, I can't see my face to see how bad it is.
And take medical. That's something on that side.
And take medical. Can you look on the female side? Head right through the door.
Everything.
Oh, because
I got
it's
it. I got
COVID.
that part.
This is still during COVID. This is from 2021, I think. It's either 21 or 22. I forgot already, but yeah, this will be when they were still doing COVID practices and stuff.
With Regina's transfer to the jail complete, Officer Peckman and the neighbors have their hands full with Brendan at the hospital.
Oh my goodness. You want to eat some of your candy? You got a whole bag of candy here. What? Yeah, I don't want you to break that, Brendan, though, because other people need to use it. Other people who can't walk.
There are important people that need to come here to make sure people are safe. Hello? Is that okay with you, sir?
Hey, Brendan, we can't use this phone.
I just want to call Mom.
Okay, baby.
It works.
Yeah, I know. I get it, but we can't. I know. Hey, don't hit me. I know, bud.
Why do they have a working... Okay, that's the first time I've seen that. Is that normal in other states? Every fucking hospital that I've ever been to does not have a fucking old school... That was an old school telephone. Does not have any type of telephone that you can use in a waiting room. Some of them have, like, the pay telephones. They don't really look like the old school pay telephones, but something along that vein. But they don't have usually a fucking phone in their lobby, let alone a really fucking old one to use for the public. That is not a thing that has been to any hospital that I've been to around where I live in New York. That's weird as hell. What
I'll
the
just
fuck?
have to manage his behavior kind of as best as I can.
Oh, is he on the run?
Oh. Yeah, I don't want to break their vending machine.
Unfortunately, it's a busy day at the hospital, and it will be some time before Brendan is seen by a doctor. He does, however, get his vitals checked by a nurse, who asks him about his injuries.
Are you hurting at all? Okay.
Your arm or what's hurting? Your neck hurts? How bad does your neck hurt? A lot or a little?
What is this?
How bad does your neck hurt? A lot or a little?
A lot.
A lot? Does it hurt all the time or just when you're moving it?
That's when I'm moving it.
Okay.
Aww,
Thankfully, it doesn't seem that Brendan is suffering from any serious injuries. And when Denisha learns that it will be at least 3 hours before he's seen by a doctor, she decides she can no longer wait.
So, due to the time that it's going to take for him to get seen, I'm not going to be able to stand by until he gets seen to figure out like what the results of X-rays and stuff would be. If that's also the case for you, to where you can't wait around for 3-4 hours, whatever it's going to be, we'll just have to call DHS and they'll have to come take custody of him and they'll handle it rather than you. So I'll leave it up to you.
As it turns out, Denisha doesn't have to choose between staying at the hospital and turning...
Oh, so the cop, I was a little confused about what just happened. My brain was fucking Windows error sounds. So they literally, the cop couldn't stay there. So the cop was literally saying, if you can't stay here, then I'm going to have to call DHS because we basically need to know what's going on with if he's actually injured or not. And then go from there. That's funky.
Brendan over to DHS control. Officer Peckman and DHS ultimately decide that it'll be okay for Brendan to wait until tomorrow to get his medical clearance. The child goes home with Denisha, and Officer Peckman puts a very trying afternoon behind her. Though Rejanie Morris was charged with felony child endangerment, her negotiated guilty plea brought it down to a misdemeanor to
That
go
kinda
along with her
pisses me
2
off.
assault charges.
A
On
lot
February
of the
14th,
court
2000
process I've kind of noticed throughout, like, being into true, not being into, but being interested in true crime and like the court processes themselves, is you get slapped with a bunch of charges, and usually you can talk those charges down or get a bunch of charges washed away depending on how good your fucking legal counsel is.
22.
And it kind of
Morris was
pisses me
sentenced
off
to
because
2
I feel
years
like
in prison for the
certain
endangerment
things
charge
you
and 2
deserve
years in
serious
jail for
time
the
for.
assault charges. Both sentences stand suspended. Court records do not specify what happened to Brendan, but contemporaneous news reports say he was doing well and in the care of the Iowa Department of Human
I hope
Services. A
Brendan's
no-contact
doing good.
order
The fuck?
issued against Rejanie Morris was also lifted on the day of her sentencing. However, details of the protected individual at the other end of this order has not been named publicly in the records.
Aw, that's the end of that video. Aw, I really hope Brendan's doing good. I hope he's thriving wherever he is. I hope that, he's still taking medication or still being seen by the proper people. It can be really hard, but I'm happy that as a child he was recognized and diagnosed with certain things, because then you can go about treatment and like ways to deal with certain behaviors and behavioral issues and have them actually addressed, and that's awesome. That is good. That is epic. Let me do this. Hey. Let me close that. There we go. There we go. We got the vibes. Wait, we need the music. We got the vibes. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. It's been a shorter stream, but that's not what it's playing. It's playing Keyboard Cat right now. The fuck? Oh, Nyan Cat, not Keyboard Cat. I'm an idiot. It's one of the cat memes. Goddamn. I think I'm gonna cut it here, though. I knew it was gonna be short. Literally, the whole point of this was just kind of vibe and chill out while I eat food. I ended up, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but I caved and I ordered a salad from a place that I really like that makes some really awesome vegan salads, and I got their version of a chicken Caesar salad that's vegan, and I got a side of roasted, whatever, garlic bread. And then I also got these little pecan bite things. They're like little mini pieces of pecan pie, kind of. And I ate 3/4 of the salad, I ate all of the bread, and I ate the pecan bites, so. Good end to my day. I have to get through work tomorrow, which is going to be, it is what it is, it's work. I'm really glad the audit was done, and I'm glad that it was as chill as it was, because I was stressing about that. Even though I knew that it wouldn't be a big deal. I knew that it's just, for a lot of things for me, because of my anxiety and the social issues I have to, number one, my brain wants to, over-prep for situations and almost have test scenarios. I'll practice things out in my mind, and I'll practice things out IRL, and this is something I've done since I was really little, when it comes to, any sort of testing or other things that happen that's along that vein of, your knowledge is going to be questioned, this is going to be questioned. So, yeah. The last half a week especially, I was kind of grinding, trying to remember random bullshit having to do with my job that I don't normally encounter on the daily, because I was like, well, fuck, what if they ask this? What if they ask that? Not to mention, I think I've brought it up before, but I wasn't trained well for the area that I'm in. I was given, 2 days of actual training. It was at the end of a month, so it wasn't busy at all, and I took care of less than 10 customers in that time. So I didn't really get comprehensive training. I'm going mostly off of what I've seen from my coworkers, the questions I have asked to my coworkers, because I'm usually there by myself. I'm not usually there with someone because of the shifts that I have, and my actual basic training that I got on the computer, because the way it works at my job is you get computer training that you have to do, which is very simple, basic stuff. It doesn't go into complicated situations or certain scenarios, because the idea is you train on the computers and then you train IRL with actual scenarios. But unfortunately for me, I trained on the computer, and then I only trained a day or two with actual people, and I only encountered a few customers because it was during dead zones. And then I was thrown out by myself and expected to just do things. And I've done a pretty okay job so far because I follow everything that I've been trained, like, to the T. Which annoys the customers because some of my coworkers are a little too friendly with some of the customers, but that's because I don't want to lose my job. So I was nervous, and now I'm not, and now I'm a little less nervous for the next time that they will do an audit, because it will happen again. I'll still be nervous because that's just the nature of anxiety and how I get when things like that happen. But I'll feel a little more prepared in my own mind about what's going on and what I'll be presented with, which is kind of nice. But I have tomorrow, I have work 11 something to 8 something. And then, I don't know if it's 11:15 or 11:30. And then I have Friday off like always. Sometime tomorrow and or the very beginning of Friday, I'll post my schedule for the next week. I'm going to actually post a schedule because things are kind of calming down for me, knock on wood. I'm hoping they stay calm. I mean, the next week's probably going to be busy at work because Memorial Day's coming up, so you got last minute people getting like grilling supplies and beer and that kind of stuff. But overall, things are kind of calming down. I was very anxious for the audit, and there was some other like IRL things happening on top of my own brain being extra icky. And yeah, I think I'm gonna sit down and do an actual schedule. There are games I want to get through. I want to play some more Subnautica, even though it's going to be a lot more wandering, because it's me just figuring out how to find things in the game. And probably dying a lot, but I really do like the game. It's kind of terrifying. Probably more Subnautica. We still haven't played a couple indie games that I've been wanting to play. There's Tomb Raider that I want to at least start at some point. So I have a lot of games to kind of go off of and play. So we'll get back to it. The goal, like most weeks when I do a schedule, is to stream at least once on my days off. So have at least 2 streams a week. And then have one kind of like low-key stream either at the end of one of those days or on one of the days that I'm working. So we'll see how that goes, but that's going to be the goal. I'm going to try to get the VODs up as soon as possible like I've been trying to do. Like I said, I recognize I've been kind of in a slump between IRL stuff and other things going on, stresses at work and other things. My mental health hasn't been amazing for it, but I'm trying. I'm fighting. I'm doing what I can do. I think that's what's important. I'm still here. I'm still doing bullshit. We're slowly, doing the things. But I wanted to do a lazy stream. It is 10:53 p.m. my time, and I think what I'm going to do is cut the stream, go clean up my desk, put away the food that I haven't eaten correctly in the fridge and all that, and get rid of the empty containers. And then I think I'm going to come back to my PC. I'll hit up Moon to see how long they're planning on staying up, but I might come back to my PC and play some Fortnite off stream. If I do, I'll post in the Discord in case anyone wants to play with me. I don't know if it's too late for people to be interested, but I don't have work tomorrow until I have to leave the house, I think, at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so I'll probably be good staying up tonight. It won't affect me too much. Normally I get up between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. when I'm pushing it, most days that I'm working. And then I go to bed anywhere between midnight when I'm really, really tired and drained and I just have to go to bed, and fucking 3 to 4 a.m. So as long as I'm not interrupting Moon, then I'm good. It's starting to finally get cooler. Like, I've been in the AC, but even because of how hot it was, because we live in a shitty ghetto house that's 200 years old, the AC doesn't... The rooms aren't, like... There's a lot of leaking through the doorways and the windows and stuff. I was trying to figure out how to phrase it. I still don't really know how to phrase it. But because there's so much leaking that happens, even if you have the AC on, there's still leakage of the cool air, and it's not as cool as it could be, if that makes sense. If you had, like, a new house or internal AC going on. It's a relief, but it isn't as good as, like, if you had a brand new house with brand new rooms with brand new windows, or, like... I liked going down south to visit my one uncle, because when I went down there, and it was a while ago, granted, but when I went down there, because it's in the south, like, every house had the internal AC where you could just fucking flip a switch and every room would be cool. And I guess they have to have it down there because it's so fucking hot all the time, but I wish more houses in New York fucking had that going on. That would be epic. Because we have, obviously, our heating, but we don't really have cooling. We have to bring out box fans. The way my family always does it, because, again, ghetto houses, when it starts to get warm, we pull up all of the box fans we have. We have, like, 3 or 4 box fans, because we have 2 levels of house, and we have, you know, multiple humans and cats that live here. And we pull those out first, and then when it starts to get actually hot is when we actually pull out the AC units for the individual rooms. And then on really hot days like today, when people are home, like I wasn't home to do it, but the humans and other people in the house tend to grab a few cats at a time when they look like they're melting and bring them into the AC rooms to give them that relief. And then we have water like all over the house. So they're not suffering as bad. And then we still have the fans going on downstairs, so there's still something going on to try to cool it a little bit. It's not as good as an AC, but it's something. I'm actually surprised, and I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself, because most years when we bring the AC up, I suffer for a solid week and a half, because I guess my brain's not used to the sounds an AC makes. And I end up going to bed and developing a headache or a migraine and waking up with the migraine or headache, and that just hasn't happened this year. Like, I'm really surprised. Maybe it's because I was stressed out and anxious about a bunch of other stuff when the ACs were finally brought up. But, like, I expected yesterday and today to be hit with massive migraine or headache just because the ACs were brought up within the last few days. And I'm actually doing fine. Like, I haven't had an issue with that. It's like, huh? Usually every year that's an issue, so it's kind of cool. I'm kind of sad VOD viewers can't hear the music that plays when I talk. Kind of pisses me off, because I don't like the dead air and then me just talking. I like there being something in the background playing. It makes my brain happy, but copyright and Twitch. Fucking assholes. I might go through some of the clips, because there's like I mentioned, there's a shit ton of clips now on the channel, and I might highlight a few of them, /share a few of them, /whatever. If I do play some Fortnite, I might do that like in between rounds or when I'm dead, because I tend to multitask when I play games like Fortnite, which probably annoys the people I play with, but I tend to have like a video playing or music playing, and then like other things going on in the background when I'm playing Fortnite. Because I die or go down, or I'm in an area and I'm bored, and I'll be like, let me tap out real quick, do a thing, and then tap back in. Like, my brain works better with multiple things going on. I think it's because my brain automatically has, like, fucking 50 tabs running. It's just, some of them are loading, a lot of them are buffering, and just, you know, they're not fully there yet, but like 8 of them are just random songs. 2 of them are definitely from cartoons that I've watched in, you know, from ages 8 to fucking 14. It feels better to have stuff going on when I'm doing things. Endo comments on, he's like, why do you have to do that? I don't know, man. It helps me focus. It makes my brain happy. I don't know. Speaking of work, real quick, since I was talking about work, I don't think I mentioned this on stream, but I'm really excited, or I'm kind of excited. Not like really excited, but kind of excited, because normally I have to fight to get days off, or I have to like put it in way ahead of time to get days off. Because what I normally do is I save up my PTO and I use that way ahead of time for like vacation or holiday days. So that way I'm paid for those days and I get them off ahead of time. They don't always go through because the manager still has to look at the day and actually manually approve it. And then my PPTO is what I use for emergency time. Like, oh shit, I'm going to duck out 2 hours early because I have a mad headache, or, you know, whatever. That's when you use PPTO, because that doesn't get, a manager doesn't have to approve that. That gets approved by the system, because the idea is that time is for emergency purposes. Either you are not feeling up to the job, or you have a situation going on where you cannot be at work. And you earn both of them at different rates, but I, already put in for, I think I got the day of my birthday, the day before, and the day after off. So I don't know if I'm doing anything on stream or IRL or what for my birthday, but I have those days off, which is kind of cool. But for shits and giggles, and I do this every year, I don't know why, I went ahead and requested the 4th of July off, and I never get it off. Like, I don't think it's been approved a single year that I've been employed for this company, because it usually falls on a key date because it's a holiday, and it's the very beginning of the month, so it's kind of a double whammy. Basically, if you happen to be scheduled on or around that day you're gonna be there. Yeah. Well, I put it in for shits and giggles because I was like, oh, I have enough PTO for the days I've already requested. I should still have time for that. And I'm still earning PTO whilst I'm waiting for the PTO to be used because I already have that much saved up. So I put it in for shits and giggles, and less than 24 hours after I put it in, I shit you not, it got approved. So I'm going to have the 4th of July off this year, which is kind of epic. Like, my family doesn't normally do anything because my dad has work and other things go on, but it is kind of nice to have that day off. I'm going to see if I can push for people to go and see fireworks IRL, because the last few years I know Moon's been kind of upset because my parents, mainly my mom, have kind of hit fuck it and been like, it's not worth it to go see them IRL. You can watch fireworks on the TV. And I'm like, it's a different vibe! It's like watching a movie on your PC or on your TV versus going to the theater. It's part of the experience. So, I'm going to see. I'm either going to push for that and have like kind of a funky family evening where we go ahead and we watch fireworks, or if my mom is going to pull a full, I don't have the energy, it's dumb anyway, then I might cave and get a small grill and a couple of things for Moon to play with outside, so that way, at least in the backyard that we do have, she can still do something. Because I do hate it. I hate it when excuses are thrown out and stuff, when it's really simple shit. It's like, really? We can do this. It's not impossible. I get, especially growing up low income, I get that some things are just not feasible. It's sad, but it is what it is. But like, man, driving someplace to watch fireworks, to sit in a field to watch fireworks is something you can do. Or going out of your way to get some cheap-ass fucking backyard toys and some sparklers and making an evening of it, where, yes, you're not on your phone or you're not on fucking Discord talking to your, boy toy or whatever. Like, this is easy. You can do this. That pisses me off, though, Hypnotic. As much as I do enjoy time by myself, I do like chilling with my family, for the most part. I will always be the kind of person that probably thrives better when they're by themselves or in spaces that do have quiet zones, but time with your family should still mean something. And it kind of pisses me off the last few years that my mom especially has kind of thrown that to the wayside. It's way less important, and I'm like, Moon is still a teen. I feel like this should still be a priority, I get, for me, I'm older, and, like, I had time, but, like, come on. I mean, me, Endo, and Ewok are all technically adults at this point, so I don't know. It's just one of those things that kind of irks me. Because if I can do it, and I spend 40 plus hours a week working, and I have my own issues that I'm very aware of, I don't do well with people, I'm definitely on the spectrum somewhere, and I have issues with depression and anxiety, it's like, why can't you? The fuck? Huh? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I want to listen to Home Depot. I had another true crime thing happen around my fucking, like, near where I live, and I can't talk about it. It pisses me off. Because you'll know immediately what area I'm in, and it pisses me off. It would take a Google search, and you would find the fucking square radius I'm at, so. Not talking about that! So far I've had 2 true crime things actually happen within the last, 3 months? 2 months? And one of them was big. One of them was like, holy fuck. Holy shit, that happened. Like, city officials were questioned and stuff. That shit wild. That shit fucking wild. No one cares in the ghetto. No one gives a fuck. I'll wait another, year or so, and then I'll bring it up in passing. Oh, hey, it didn't do the full thing. Oh, you know what? I know why. It was already started, wasn't it? Oh no, this one's only 35 seconds. I need an extended Home Depot beat. I need that in my life. Fine, we'll listen to Around the World. Around the World. That Pixel Fish game was actually really fun, and now I crave a full game, and it's just not happening right now. They're working on it. It's in development, but, like, god damn it, I want the full game right now. Right now. What the hell? I'm also very excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. I have like a few things I'm excited for. But it looks bussin'. I knew it would look bussin'. It's Deadpool. The only time, I feel like for the advertisements and stuff, it's always going to look bussin' for Deadpool. You have to actually watch the film. Like most things, you have to take in the actual content to see how shit it is. Because they could definitely still fuck up with actual writing and stuff. I feel like the writing dropped a little bit for the second movie. It was still pretty good, but I just feel like the writing dropped a little bit with the second movie versus the first movie. And that might be bias on my part because I was hoping a couple of things were going to happen that just didn't happen. But I feel like the writing overall was just a little eh. Still Deadpool, still kick-ass, still fun, but eh. Around the world. Oh, I haven't been on Twitter. Well, it's probably a good thing. I haven't been on anything today. I literally woke up. Why is George Floyd trending again? Is it the fucking anniversary? Don't mind me. Is it the anniversary? Or is it more... I can never tell with Twitter if it's like an anniversary to something or if it's just talking about a situation or if it has to do with, like, in this case, something going on in, like, the public office. I have no idea. I see a mixed bag on Twitter, so I'm not sure why it's trending. Nothing wrong with it trending. It was a horrible situation, and I feel like it should be talked about, but... I was just curious. That's why I don't like trending tabs, because they don't usually tell you why a thing is trending. You have to figure it out for yourself. I don't want to do that. Around the world, around the world, around the world. Yeah. I should cut stream. I don't think we're gonna raid off because it's just one person. I think I'm just gonna bow out peacefully. I'll see about setting up the VOD for this within the next 24 to 48 hours. I'll post a schedule either tomorrow or the morning the following day. So we'll see what happens. It'll tie into whatever's going on with work and whatever happens that day. How I'm feeling, if I have the energy to actually make and post the thing. I'm going to cut my stream. I'm going to pick up the stuff on my desk, put stuff away, touch base with Moon real quick, and then possibly hop on Fortnite. Just because I haven't played Fortnite in a minute, and I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood. Today was a good day. It was not bad. And like I said, I might go through clips or check out clips while I'm playing Fortnite. If not, I'll just check out the clips on my phone and just kind of chill in my room because it's still disgustingly hot outside. Friday. Oh shit, that's on Friday? That's Friday confirmed? Oh, okay, we're guessing. I hope it happens on Friday because I have Friday off. Fuck, man. Mondays and Fridays. I love when shit just happens on Mondays and Fridays because I don't have to worry about, like, well, I could use some PPTO to do a thing, or, oh, I could, if it's ahead of time enough, try to request the day off. No, man, it's epic when it falls on one of my actual days off. The season is Friday, but Fallout shit not certain. Ah! What? So, you're telling me Friday, we're probably going to be playing some Fortnite. On or off stream. Around the world. I don't know why the program isn't working to throw stuff at me. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, well, that's not how I do it anyway. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. I'm hoping it's a one-off thing. I'm hoping next stream it's fine. Memorial Day, I think, happens to fall on a Monday this year. Or Monday? Yeah, I do. I think I mentioned that because I looked at it yesterday and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I happen to accidentally have it off. Because motherfuckers at my work will have you working the holidays just because it's extra busy. So when you have that off, like you happen to have it off, that shit busting. On God. It looks like my shifts will vary depending on like coworkers taking vacations and other things. But it looks like I at least for now, it looks like I'm always going to have Mondays and Fridays off. So if something lands on a Monday or a Friday, I will be free, or at least I'll be out of work. No guarantees what's going on in my personal life because random shit does pop up, but dude, I'm looking at the sidebar of my Discord and multiple people are playing variations of Fallout right now, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy. I do need to play some more Fallout 4 at some point because they have the updates that have happened. Like, part of me just wants to look up what was added and then just go in the game and do the stuff. Because I think I still have the save file and everything from when I played Fallout 4. So, unless I have to restart the entire thing to do it, I could just hop back into those files and do stuff. I don't know if I can, but my boss is a veteran and takes American holidays very seriously and just doesn't open on them. That's epic. Well, a lot of people, I think... a lot of people just use those holidays as an excuse to drink and do other things. Oh, that's true. I didn't finish Nuka World. I could attempt that. Because I was getting frustrated with that. I kept getting my ass handed to me for reasons. I can't even remember what specific reasons. But I feel like a lot of people take those types of holidays and turn it into, oh, it's an excuse to drink and grill and, like, do other things. They don't actually, like, dwell on why they're there. And that's where I get annoyed. I don't think there's anything wrong with cracking a beer and, like, spending time with family on Memorial Day. But I think, you know, you should keep in mind what the holiday kind of stands for. You know? It's one of those things. I'm not going to ever get pissy at someone for indulging unless they're overindulging on a regular basis. I think you're an adult and you have a right to do so if you'd like to. It's like, and as long as you're not actively hurting yourself, as long as you're not actively overindulging, as long as you're not, you know, forcing others to indulge or doing something stupid like drinking and driving, then, you know, that's your decision. But I don't know. Memorial Day will have me kind of will have me kind of interested in possibly grabbing some beer, because they want to take me to a bar when I turn the legal age and buy me shots, but it will become vintage. What? I don't know. I respect people who don't indulge, and I respect people who do. Because, again, it's a very personal choice. It's like the whole, your diet. I mean, it is your dietary choice. It's what you're putting into your body. I respect what you do and what you don't do, because everyone's different. And everyone has different thought processes and feelings and things going on with them personally and situations. So, like, it's why I'll never shit on someone for not being vegan or not being vegetarian or whatever. Like, do what makes you feel best and makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anyone else and you're not hurting yourself, who fucking cares, dog? I hate motherfuckers who make it their life goal to be like, no, you have to be this way. You have to do it this. Fuck you, man. Like, none of your goddamn business. Absolutely none of your goddamn business. Although, like I said earlier, like I was saying, Memorial Day will have me tempted to grab some, like, Coronas and limes and enjoy some beer. Well, I actually don't drink beer that often. I enjoy the taste of it, but, like, no one else in my household enjoys the taste of beer. Especially beer paired with, like, burgers or hot dogs. That shit just hits. It just does. Just have a lazy day. I'm scared of when Moon hits that age where she can drink. Because, goddamn. My uncle's like beer, but other than that, no alcohol, really. The only alcohol we have in the house is some really old homemade wine my mother made when we worked as a bartender. Nice. We always usually have a little bit of rum in the house and then random wines, because we'll cook with some of the wines. We don't actually drink with some of them. Red wine especially is one of the big ones that my family actually cooks with, like, actively, because my mom makes a lot of, like, Italian-based dishes and a lot of random dishes like that. Slash has a lot of recipes or has taught us. And so I'll cook with red wine and I'll cook with white wine, and it does make a difference. It tastes better. Like, if you cook it correctly, if you cook all the alcohol out and everything, it does give it notes that it wouldn't have otherwise. And then my mom and dad's liquor of choice is rum, so there's usually rum in the house. Anything extra is usually, like, stuff left over from holidays. I never used them, but I have, like, peppermint shot glasses somewhere in the fucking kitchen somewhere, because I got him with the thought process of like, oh yeah, I could put a little bit of rum and eggnog and there'd be cute little shots, and it just never happened. I ended up not drinking around that time because I wasn't up to it mentally. I recognized I was in a somewhat dark place, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to make it worse. Drinking does tend to do that to me. I have to have something good going on or have some of those good chemicals in my brain to even consider drinking, because otherwise it makes the bad thoughts worse. Yes, pirate drink. That's why when I do tend to have like a drink here or there, I'll have rum and Coke, because it's the easiest thing, or rum and soft drink, because it's the easiest thing. Steal like half a shot of that, put it in a glass of Coke. Tastes good. Good way to force yourself to calm down or relax when other things aren't working. That's the other thing. I'll tend to have like a drink once a month. And when I say a drink, I mean like a shot in a drink, to actually relax my muscles because of other health stuff and other stuff that goes on with my body. It helps a lot when ibuprofen doesn't help, when herbs don't help, and when heating pads and showers and bathing doesn't help. I forgot I had this on the playlist. Beauty come out of ashes. What am I gonna throw on? Chug Jug. Get in that Fortnite energy. Hell yeah, dog. Ooh, the cats are killing themselves. I just heard that. There was a scream. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but 2 cats just screamed. Hell yeah, brother man. It's kind of like, I enjoy randomly taking like a third of a gummy because it's a nice relaxer. But honestly, I'm either a lightweight when it comes to weed, I've come to realize, or whatever strain is in the gummies is not a great one for my brain, because if I take too much, which for me too much is not a lot of the gummies, it's not a good effect on my brain, and it doesn't put me in a good place. Part of me wants to try to get, there's a couple of reputable sellers that sell like the disposable vapes with the different strains that are supposed to do different things in much lesser quantities, because my thought process is, I don't want to indulge in weed to get high. I want to slightly indulge in weed to help with the things that I struggle with, to help with anxiety and to calm me down and kind of bring me to that place. And I feel like that might be a way to do it. I've been doing more and more research into it, and I feel like that might be a way to go. Because for that, it's a much smaller dose. It's different strains, so I can find which strain actually does what I want it to do to my brain, if that makes sense, or have that effect. And then whenever I'm feeling a little extra on edge, a little extra anxious, I could just take a few puffs, and I'll be at least a little better off than I was before, if that makes sense. I don't want to necessarily get zooted. When Endo gets high or when my mom gets high, they do it to get zooted. 9 times out of 10, they do it to get absolutely zooted. I don't want to be in that spot. Because I don't actually, at least again, with the strain that's in the gummies, I don't like getting as zooted as I have gotten. And it's either a mixture of the strain doesn't work well with my brain, or I'm just a very lightweight, which I could believe I'm a lightweight. I can believe that. But it's just funny because meanwhile my mom and my brother are having like full gummies at a time, and I'm just like, that would kill me. I don't want to know where that would put me at, because I take a third of a gummy and I'm just like, okay, this is enough. This is perhaps too much. I need to lay down and sleep. The boy's a liar. I love AI covers. So good. Alrighty. I'll be on here forever if I don't get off. This has been nice though. Like I said, gonna stretch my legs, gonna take stuff downstairs, gonna see what Moon's doing, and see when they're planning on going to bed, because I don't want to interrupt their sleep schedule. And I'll go from there. I'll either be on Fortnite, just kind of chilling and looking at stuff on the side, or I'll be on my phone, just kind of chilling, and I'll look at the clips and stuff that have happened in the last fucking 5 to 10 hours. I don't have any plans for tomorrow. Like I said, I might post... Let me do this. Like I said, I might post the schedule either tomorrow. If I do it tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow evening or the following day in the morning. Not 100% sure. And it won't be like a busy packed schedule. My goal is, like, originally it was when I was doing schedule to just have at least one stream on my days off, unless something is planned for most of those days, which most days I don't have, like, strict plans, so I can go ahead and do that. So, at least 2 streams a week. And then the ability to basically do random streams given whatever my hours are for the week, because that factors into when I can hop onto PC and do things. So we'll see what happens there. We will see. I think it's probably going to be a lot of indie games for the next like week and a half, just because maybe we'll do Tomb Raider and we'll also do indie games, because there's a few of them that I've been looking at that I've been looking at for a while that I feel would be kind of fun to try to play on the channel. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's it for now. I'll touch base in the Discord and I'll let people know if I'm streaming or not streaming. I'll let people know if I'm playing Fortnite or not. Don't mind me. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. It means a ton to me. Till next stream, friends. Goodbye.